Welcome in to this week's episode of Unrolled Stories, a D&D campaign set in the world of Elvoria. We are back with these wonderful humans, sadly down a Hugh, who is a little too busy, to roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell a decent story. We'll start off with our standard announcements at the top. As always, do you like dice? Do you like beautiful handmade wooden tabletop accessories? Then check out Dakota Irish for all of your D&D and other TTRPG needs. Whether it is a new set of dice for a new character or a fresh dice tower to get some better rolls, which is something I desperately need. Use the code the Welsh DM at checkout to get yourself a nice 10% off whatever you order and help support the channel and local British and Irish companies. As a reminder, you can listen to episodes of the Unrolled Stories campaign as a podcast for all of your commuting and treadmill needs. We are fully caught up with episodes. They come out the Wednesday after the episode airs on YouTube. So if you do give us a listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please do leave us the thumbs up, reviews, stars, whatever system it uses, as it helps other people find the podcast. Just got so much dancing happening in my peripheral vision right now. In this game, we do make use of the Reimagined Classes that are available on the DM's Guild. So you can embody Balrick, Lesley, Aderyn, or Ximori, or whatever versions thereof of those classes at your own tables. And as always, NPC Art is provided by Aderyn and Giolini's Art Venturing Guild. The character art done by the same wonderfully talented artist, and the Chibi battle map art was made by WeTheDreamingDesigns. So definitely go check them out if you can and support real artists. With those out the way, I think it's time we continue telling our story. Previously, you had been trekking through the Mora foothills, hot on the trail of the Vashar, a group of edge of society, unknown villainous types that had attacked the town of Kirudrona and abducted a large portion of the township. You had successfully survived an ambush from some feral of their kind, and then proceeded to navigate your way through the mountain range, following tracks, trails, and the like, eventually stumbling on more of these Vashar out hunting for poisonous creatures and berries among the bushes. Short but eventful fight, including the ripping out of a spine, the summoning of a nebula, and one of your characters getting paralysed with no save, much to his chagrin. You eventually began tracking their footsteps back to their camp, which is where we will pick up. Hidden in dense, thorny bushes and tall grass, you can all observe the encampment up ahead. Partially hidden beneath rocky overhangs, a number of crude leather tents are pitched up on the sparse, bare earth. There are a couple of rough-hewn rock buildings standing in the space, covered in animal hides and grass-like roofs, as well as large bone totems that rise up from the ground in some crude ornamentation. From your vantage point, you can see at least one large iron cage that has a number of people huddled together for warmth and safety within. The sun at this point is descending into the late afternoon, rapidly heading towards dusk, as some campfires begin to be lit up around the settlement. Currently, you are very confident that none of them know you are here, What do you want to do?
So did you say it's approaching sunset?
Yes.
Yeah.
How likely do we think it is they're all just going to sort of go to sleep?
Oh, super lightly. I mean, that's almost guaranteed.
It depends.
You honestly think all of them will go to sleep at the same time?
It'd be useful if they were, because then, we could just kind of go up and just like, wham!
They all drank poison, they'd go to sleep forever.
Yeah.
How long has it been since, like, the last fight and stuff?
You are probably walking for a little under an hour to get back.
Oh, we're short rested. Yeah, we're short rested anyway. I was going to say, is my enhanceability still on Arquen? No.
Does there seem to be any sort of like organization from what we can see? Does it look like people like there's any patrols walking around?
Roll perception.
I don't want to roll. I want you to tell me.
There's a chance I'll lose then, Gethin.
There's also the
I don't
big
want to play the game. I just want to win it.
How far can we
Me
get
with Dark Souls.
23.
Sorry, Chris.
Where can we see to?
Oh yes, you are staring at the Albert Radio map, aren't you?
Yes.
You can see about out to where those 4 bone totems are.
I'll just ask about then. I want to
about that. You can see the taller buildings around.
That was a 23 on perception, Gath.
23 on perception. Take a look around, and at this point in the day, it doesn't look like there's any like dedicated patrols, you would say. Now and again, you get some people kind of wandering to the edges of the camp for like just taking a whiz against some rocks away from anyone else, or just exploring elsewhere in the camp. You do, taking a look around with a 23, that's very, very high perception, do get the feeling that excessive patrols aren't necessary, as there really are only 2 logical ways in and out of this camp. There is the way that you are currently, and one that you can just about make out to the kind of south of you. It's... You don't think... 23 is insanely good perception. You think that they probably will do some vague stuff, but the general safety and secludedness of this place means they're probably not going to be stringent patrols.
Is there any guards?
I'm sorry.
Since
It was
this
not
is
23.
Well, you've got the information now.
I got the information. Yes.
Since this is one of the only 2 entrances, are there any guards posted in this, like, after the... We're in bushes, aren't we? Not in
Yes.
forests.
Yeah, bushes.
Are there any guards posted out, like, near that building? People in them.
Roll me perception.
Uh... 17?
17. There aren't any that you can see, and with a 17, that building also doesn't appear to have anyone going in or out of it currently.
Right. Who's the stealthiest aside from me?
Oh, I'm real stealthy.
That's more you're
Depends
our
on the day.
emergency battering ram, I think. Lesley? You're quite lithe and nimble.
Yeah, I need to ask Ethan a technical question.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's dusk, but it's not dark, right?
Yes.
If you didn't have dark vision, you would still be able to see.
Yes.
Yeah, the 2 without that.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
Do the same, like, if it got dark while we were doing stuff, right?
I mean, if it gets dark, it gets dark.
Half of the
There's
people
flies around.
here right now do not have dark vision.
Imagine not having dark vision, Aderyn.
Yeah. Those happen.
I don't think so.
So
Yes, he's a half dragonborn. He's a dragonborn as well.
Yeah, he has dark
I
vision.
was thinking of the dark.
I think
He has dark vision.
I think he's largely, I think
Orc.
statistically a half orc.
Yeah, he's a half orc, mechanically.
Yeah.
The Dragonborn features.
Yeah. Can't do dragon. You can't do a breath weapon or anything.
No.
So yeah, half the party doesn't have dark vision, but that's fine. And I was thinking, like, if us two go stealthily investigate that building and we can occupy that building, that gives us a safe zone to then front from. Like, you know, Aderyn and Tauri, you'd be able to then kind of stay in that building and arranged with cover.
I do have an ability to set a kind of trap if we need it.
Oh, what sort of trap?
Well, I have the ability through reading that book that Kaldruin found that I borrowed, to create a kind of rune that will explode if certain things happen.
Ooh. Well, maybe that's an extra good idea to occupy that building.
It isn't something I can do quickly, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Shit, never mind. It takes an hour, so it can be done, but it will take me a long time.
It will be dark by then, won't it?
Yes, but I can't see anything.
Possible for us to... Maybe that's what I'm saying, occupy this building. You could set that trap in front and then we could create a commotion.
We could. We could also set it in the trees if we wanted. To draw.
I think a building gives us more cover and protection.
Yes, what I meant was if they decide to go through the trees and set off the trap, it will draw them away from the camp.
My thing with the trees, how big is this trap?
It would end up being around 20-foot radius.
Oh, that's a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
That's a large trap. Just because this
radius
eyeball
sphere as well. So if they
I'm
fly
eyeballing here. The entrance to this trees area is. I'm gonna eyeball it. Just my instinct's getting around 80 feet. Don't look at Albert.
It's not a small encounter.
But I think we can blend them both then, because I'd say the gap from the building to the cliffs is about 40 feet.
I could, but that will use all of my higher level spells, including Mass Healing Word if we need it.
It might be better to keep the safety on.
Yeah, so I can do it once and then still have.
So I reckon again, if we occupy the building, clear the building out, then we could set off the trap and commotion to the north of the building. That you could fit your trap there perfectly to fit anyone who goes past the north. So around a 40-foot gap.
We could, yes.
So we're sneaking into the building then.
How are we gonna disperse of anybody in there quietly?
Also, I'm setting the trap in the middle of that. How am I not going to get spotted?
Again, let's clear the building, and then there's not many people around, is there?
How many people are around, Gethin?
I'll use your passives for this for a little bit. Do you want to roll perception? I'll let you roll.
Yeah.
Go on then.
You said there's no
dice. Play D&D.
area, so
Yeah, this is doing any
Use my
in the
passive.
immediate area.
That's unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. As you kind of sit and observe Ximori, you definitely get a sense that there is like a society to this. This isn't like a small like hunting camp. This is a settlement of a people. Now, it's not fun. There doesn't appear to be any like levity going on, anyone playing games or that kind. But by observing everything, you estimate there's probably a couple of dozen people in and around here. Kind of, you're dealing with about 20 to 30 people at a minimum. With the Dirty 20, you see them wandering in and out of the caves along here. Primarily, you see most of them heading towards the middle cave in and out, with less traffic going to the ones either side. But you can't really make out the far cave system anyway. You just see people heading off in that direction. That's what you get with a Dirty 20.
So the plan is to clear out this building and have Tauri spend an hour casting these spells.
One casting a large trap. What's the range of casting on that, Bryn, by the way?
Touch. That's the issue. If you want, and it's only a 10-foot trigger plate of diameter. So I literally.
So you have to go right in the middle of the gap.
Exactly, which is why if we're setting it there, we need to make sure that I don't get spotted.
Well, that's why I'm saying you can clear the building.
Why would
if you clear that one building, what happens if somebody comes just along the north face?
Shoot them with an arrow.
I mean, also.
I'm sorry.
It's getting.
Why are we trying to set a trap at the exit to the camp? Does it matter if they leave?
Nah.
I think Tauri's idea was more of a get them distracted, get more people running to that northern end. We can go south.
I mean, if you want that, I can sneak around to the other side and start making a whole bunch of noise.
Is there not maybe a different spell we could use that wouldn't take an hour? That could make a commotion in the trees?
Yes, but nothing where we don't have to be there.
This is Glyph of Warding you're on about, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a nice explosion.
Yeah, so it's something that I could set and then we can walk away and leave it.
Glyph of Warding is really good in that it's like a preset fireball.
Are we sort of hoping...
I could put in Hypnotic Pattern or Thunderwave as well, technically.
But are we hoping to get the people out without people seeing us, or are we having to kill everyone in this camp and then get the people out? Because they're not going to be happy if we get the townspeople out.
I think that these people are psychos, and we decided last time we're going to slaughter them because we tried to peacefully talk to them, and they paralysed Arquen.
So then,
and had a whip.
So then,
is there a point?
They're kinky.
They're not going to be running away then, are they? If they're hungry for blood, if they're like me and they're hungry for blood, they're going to be coming for a fight.
Which is exactly what I think Tauri's idea is. That we set this trap, make a commotion behind it, loads of them come running, get quite a big explosion, capture loads of them.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was wondering if setting it in the forest would be better. If they come into the forest, we can make a commotion, kill the ones that we've got currently, and then draw more in.
For my idea with the forest is quite a larger space, so you want it quite nice to funnel them into this 40-foot diameter area, and you'll get guaranteed more who arrive there. Not.
But if I did it,
might take off in the forest.
If I did it here,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. So
right on the tree line. That way I can do it while being hidden, hopefully. Because if you want me to do it out here, I'm visible the entire time.
I was exactly thinking where you put that dot.
The first.
It is only 10 feet though.
The trigger plate is 10 feet.
Yeah, the explosion.
10 feet radius or 10 feet diameter?
10 feet diameter.
Oh, so I mean, someone's going to go through the middle.
Maybe. It's an idea, but it does mean we're sitting here for an hour waiting.
Does it have to be triggered by a person, or can we do something that triggers it? Can I shoot an arrow to trigger it or something?
I decide the triggers when I cast it.
The triggers?
I can set multiple ones.
So, person walking on it, or arrow shooting at it? I could shoot an arrow to trigger it when there's loads of people.
I also would assume that I could set it off with a
verbal command.
Well, it doesn't even say it has. It can't. Not. It could be mental.
Eh?
As far as I can tell.
Get a remote detonator.
Yeah, basically.
You get a clicky pen. It sets off when I click the clicky pen.
Yeah, it provides a bunch of examples, but it's not limited to. It's just a suggestion. So, whatever trigger you want it to be, you could get it to be, as you say, it provided you're keeping an eye on it.
Also, more importantly, I will code it so that none of us set it off, because that is possible.
And the townspeople.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah, I mean, as far as I read it, I can specify that it only gets set off by those who I consider my enemy.
This is going to blow me up,
world
isn't
vague, but yeah, fine.
This is going to blow me up, isn't it? I'm going to make a mistake and I'm going to get exploded.
I think this still relies on us clearing out this building to make sure there's no one in there. I think you've got to...
Beth, can I try and work out what their alignment is?
Real bad.
Roll me an
nasty.
insight check.
Chaotic
Sure.
and evil.
No.
Chaotic nasty.
A natural 20 for 27.
I'm not a big fan of alignment. They're definitely evil. Where they are on the lawful, neutral, chaotic spectrum, neutral leaning towards chaotic.
Cool, because I can code it to alignment for what sets it off.
So you could code it to malicious intent, I think you could
Yeah,
say.
There's
so
going to be
I
like a
can-
traffic warden who's going to get erupted as soon as they leave that.
You can go, if someone enters it with the intent to be aggressive,
Well, that would
It will
mean
trigger.
Ximori sets it off just by going near it.
I love how Andrew gets so sad in those instances.
My opinion is that Tauri should be able to say that that specific group of people that excludes townspeople and us sets it off.
I think that's
If they
perfectly
go into
reasonable.
I still think that this, because you're planting this on the edge of the thing and you'll need to leave and chant and whatever you need to do for your magic, I still think this building needs clearing just in case there's people in it, and then we occupy it as safety, and if someone does by any chance spot you, we can pick them off.
Sure.
Right, so let's go empty the building.
Ximori, how stealthy are you going to be? 'Cause, I mean, when killing happens,
I could be stealthy.
I'm not denying that. I'm saying that if there are people in there, and we need to have a bit of violence,
I will not bring out my claws or my tail or my jaws.
quiet killing.
I mean,
Okay,
the
quiet
claws
killing.
would actually be helpful here for the quiet killing.
Claws, I don't mind the claws. I mean the bloodless, screaming, howling, animalistic.
Okay, I'll
side
keep
of
that
it.
to a minimum. I'll try to cut down.
You know how
Hey.
some people don't realize that they snore? Ximori, the sounds that you make when you
You violence.
do your
You do
bloodlust.
violence claws. Yeah, you
I make violence noises, do I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes they do.
that's
Violence.
embarrassing.
yeah. Like,
You don't want to do-
yeah.
I've seen people running because, they were scared of, my appearance and that. They were just...
Well,
Run
that's
away,
actually
isn't it?
don't worry.
Right. So us three, are you sure you're going to keep quiet, Ximori? Because I'm confident.
I
Leslie-
will keep
Surprisingly,
quiet.
I'm confident that Leslie can keep quiet in this situation.
What if you magic people make stuff go quiet?
Arquen volunteers to stay with the casters in case anything comes from behind you, and just keep.
I'm going to go. I'm going to
Oh,
say.
yeah, we don't know how many hunting parties there were.
I think that's a very good idea. You do not come in the house with us. I don't know how well you're going to climb through a window.
What you saying?
That your mighty armor might not go well with small windows.
Ah, yes. Valid.
Okay, so shall we approach this building stealthily?
Yeah, stealthily. I get it. God,
This
jeez.
building, is it a 1-story or 2-story?
1.5. So it's 1 story with like a tall slanted roof kind of thing.
Yeah. I have a climb speed.
So do I.
Yeah.
Fucking level
So we
7
roof
ranges.
I mean, I don't need to climb. I could just jump onto the roof, but that would not be stealthy.
I'm
From a standing start, I can leap.
Is there a window on this side?
Yes, there is. Within there's one that's juts out awkwardly from the slanted roof. But I do want you 3 to roll me stealth checks first.
But before you even get to the building.
Yes, this is for you getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
While they roll, Gethin,
Sorry, no.
did we get any idea if these guys are weak to any specific elements in our fight?
Not something that you really took time to process or study.
That's fine. I didn't think so.
Were there any limitations on what I can use inspiration on?
I mean, you can use inspiration to re-roll d20s.
Okay, because that wasn't that one.
That's the default use of inspiration.
Well,
It went to a nat 20.
I need to be using my. Thank you for reminding me. I need to be using my. I want to give advantage to people and take disadvantage myself on it. Not on this one, but
Sneaking. Start singing my sneaking song before a sharp look from Balrick makes me stop singing the sneaking song and stop breathing and just sort of slink.
You feel like the animalistic growl of Bast in your head, but it almost takes you back to that time in the pit where it was like hunting in the dark, not feral but predatory, and that just kind of takes over your form.
Right.
What did we get?
Creepy.
The other two of you?
I got a 15. Amazing. Rolled a 4.
I was gonna say, what did you roll? I got dirty 20.
30, 20. That's more than enough. They don't notice anything. There seems to be no traffic in and around this hut currently. You do time it up as there is like a pair that wander up to the hut, just kind of like check it, see something, and then just walk away. And then as they're walking away, you kind of walk up.
So there's a window on this side, on the forest side, bush side. Is there entrances on the roof that we can see?
There are no entrances on the roof. You can try and get in. You can use that window. In terms of doors, there are no doors visible from the position you are. What you do see now that you're closer, though, is that kind of tent-like canopy that extends out to one side of it. You can see hanging from it a bunch of like snakes and other like lizard and amphibian creatures, but like bloated out like they're holding fluid.
Shrek balloons?
Lesley, no!
Annoyingly, yes.
But water balloon version.
Yes.
Shrek
Yeah.
water.
That's just a regular snake if you throw it hard enough.
The window, by the way, Geffen, is that on the north side here, near the tent? Or is that the one near the forest side?
It's forest side, further around from there, so you're kind of looking here-ish.
Right, I mean, does
Dirk come with you?
Dirk stays behind. It's good point. Dirk's not stealthy.
Right. And how high up is the window?
So the window is ground level.
Okay.
We look in.
Yeah, do you want to... Should we
Can we
peek
have a little
through? Yeah, go
You
on.
can,
Lesley peek.
you can see a chimney up on the roof if you wanted that as an ingress point. Just
How wide is that chimney?
Ximori.
it seems to be fairly broad.
Ximori claws.
Sorry, who's looking at the window?
Yes. Do we need to sneak? What do we?
No, you've rolled your stealth. This is just perception to look into the window.
Oh, God. I really thought my perception was better than it is. I'm very sorry. Lesley sees nothing.
You get up to the window and it's frustrating. It is both like dirtied and like soot stained, and also does appear to have like a covering on the inside.
No,
that's,
Lesley's
like,
just
over
not
top.
tall enough. Lesley got a 0. There's
It's
nothing wrong with
ground
the big
floor!
Huh? A 0.
Leslie, why are you rolling perception?
Because it's fun.
There's a covering on it, so
Right.
That's what
No,
the zero
it's Lesley's just like looking somewhere else. I don't know, distracted by something, but maybe somebody else should have.
Well, I know the zero is that there's a covering on it. We literally cannot physically see.
You're unable to use this window to look in.
So Ximori's going to sort of point to Balrick like, and then just in your head you hear, "I'm going in through the chimney."
Is there smoke?
Go immediately. Let us prepare. Like that's what my message is. Let us prepare. All right, Lesley, you can stay here by this window. Smash in when needed. I'm gonna go around, and I'm gonna see if there's another entry point, and Ximori's gonna go on the roof. I'm whispering. We can.
Okay, we can talk. Okay. Where, do we have a signal for busting in?
You'll hear Ximori landing.
I'll make a noise like a kookaburra. I don't know.
What that means.
I panicked.
Alright, you climb up. I'm gonna go around. So I want to sneak round the bottom end. So
I'll tap once on an iron pot.
Try and see if there's
Like a bell.
Okay, Balrick, roll me stealth. Ximori, you have a climbing speed, so you don't need to roll for this. You just.
Do I have to roll stealth to do it quietly, or can I ride that natural 20 a little longer?
Roll me stealth, but I'll give you advantage because of the climb speed.
Yeah.
That's a 28.
21.
When the dice rolls are in your favour. Ximori, you just successfully, like, the claws just come out. And as I say, this thing is rough-hewn stone. It is rife with handholds and crannies and everything.
Ximori's got grip strength for days.
Yeah. And then eventually you're, like, on the roof and it's, like, hides, which is just very easy for those claws to just embed in and then just, like, climb up.
So I move myself across, like, the top beam over to the chimney.
You move over to the chimney and you have a pretty good vantage point of this entire map at this point from here. You can see these various other buildings. You can see just to the south of you what looks like a crude imitation of like a forge or a blacksmith's with two like clay ovens outside, one of which appears to still be lit even while the other one has just recently been put out, seemingly being shut down for the day. Towards kind of southwest of you even, you can see what looks like a cart alongside a large like warehouse-like building. You can now see what these bone totems are surrounding. And what you can see is a shallow pit cut into the ground. I would like you to roll me perception.
Plus 16.
16. You're staring at it. You think you catch, like, as the last, like, few sun rays, or not the last few, but the sun rays kind of catch off it, like, glinting coming from inside, but you're not 100% certain. But also with a 16, what I'll give you is that you see two figures heading towards the cave at the other end of the campsite, strung up between them a deer caribou-like creature from the wilds, like strung up and heading towards there. But that's what you see from up there.
I make a mental note, dinner that way.
These you keep saying bone carvings. They're fucking huge.
They are about 10-15 foot tall.
So they are not human bone carvings.
No.
I mean, it could be. Could be a really big guy.
I can think of one bone that big.
Sorry, Ximori, you jumping down the chimney at this point?
Not yet. I'm waiting for like Balrick's signal, which I presume is coming.
So I've snuck around the bottom to look for another entrance point.
You kind of sneak round further, and you're getting a little frustrated that there's no door this side. You're starting to worry that the door is front-facing to the rest of the camp. You're hugging close to the wall. You don't appear to have been spotted. You can then see kind of around the walls, like the cliffs, ride like straight down, you can see the entrance to the camp, where there does appear to be a couple of these figures like standing at this almost like gate post area, wearing as this kind of crude plate armor, very sharp edges, beaten metal, not refined or in any capacity, standing there lazily, like holding wicked looking swords, and just talking amongst themselves.
So just to clarify, is this like a chimney or just like a hole?
What's the difference?
Or does it go like down with like a flue, or is it just like a smoke hole?
It's more like a smoke hole.
Okay. I was going to need to know if I was going to like need to like Santa Claus down this.
No. Doesn't seem to be that level of invention. While the men are busy preparing this, what are the ladies up to?
I will have snuck forward, considering that it's going to take me an hour to set this trap, to have started on it.
So you're just starting on it. Can you roll me a stealth check?
Yes.
You will have a handful of these to get
I
an observation.
The first one is an 18.
Okay.
While Tauri is doing this, Aderyn just sort of hover around being like, so, girls, we are like a team now, so, what do I do? What I can help? What do you want me to... We're doing a trap, right? Like, we're gonna lure them in, and so what do you want me to do?
I mean, if you can do anything similar, you can join in.
Any like similar to this?
I don't know exactly what you can do. You seem to pull new abilities out of your hair every other day.
Yeah, out of my hair. That's a good idea. Where do you want me to set that one up? Like, on the other side? Cut them off.
I mean,
I'll go.
Or we could do a double trap here and really hurt them.
Oh, but I'm sure yours will hurt them. I'll do it on the other side. I'll set the trap out of my hair. Aderyn's gonna go over to the other side. I mean, where are we? We're like...
So you're gonna go like here?
Yeah.
Maybe something.
Let me grab it. Okay. Like there.
And you're gonna make a trap out of your hair.
Apparently.
That's some hag nonsense.
Or Rapunzel shit.
Column A,
Like,
column
where
B.
can you view it?
Can I? Aderyn's gonna like look at the patch of floor, and then she's gonna look at her hair, and then she's gonna like, for a few seconds, just like, ugh, and it's obviously not gonna do anything. It's not how it works. She has no trap worthy spells, so she's gonna... Could she just walk towards the house? She needs some materials for this trap.
Are you trying to be stealthy, or is...
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't like tell them what we were doing.
What about Aderyn's just gonna sneak up on Lesley?
Yeah, could I just like...
Okay. Make me a stealth check.
Oh, does Lesley
Aderyn's
know?
doing the do-do-do-do's.
Lesley's passive perception is 9.
Oh
Does
yeah,
he notice?
Leslie's not going to see it coming.
16!
Sneaky.
16.
Sneaky.
You inadvertently do this without, like, anyone nearby or looking at you. And you do, Lesley... Yeah, Lesley has no idea, Aderyn, as you sneak up on Lesley.
Is there like a door or a window?
There is a window here. Lesley is currently staring at it frustratedly, looking at their reflection in a dirty window.
I don't want to like ruin the reflection moment by opening the window. That would be rude. So can I just go around? Is there another window like?
I'll put Balrick has gone south to check.
I will say, Balrick, you would have found. In fact, you would have found another window. You just didn't find a door.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, a window. So there is a window down here where I am.
Yes, it's not a large one. It's more like a porthole. Interestingly, no glass in it. This one, it's literally just like a ventilation hole.
Before Aderyn scares
There is
the shit
also an
out of me.
Aderyn.
Before Aderyn scares the shit out of me, can I look inside this hole?
Roll me a perception check.
It's a 16, so
22.
22. The 22.
Because of this, I rolled disadvantage when I'm looking for Aderyn.
You stare inside the hole, and you look inside to see a number of like workbenches, pestle and mortar type instruments. It's very like alchemical, apothecary like setup. Very crude, very rudimentary. Not a lot of like skill or talent put into this. Vials of glass are few and far between, but they are scattered amongst like containers of like bladders from animals and woven reed containers, that kind of thing. Looking in here, it somewhat speaks to your past, where like this is a hunter's room of a particular kind. This is a poisoner's setup. This is someone who crafts poisons, harvests poisons and venoms. There might be some medicinal use in here, but based on your look around it, not much intent has gone into medicinal.
More
But
importantly,
it is empty.
I wouldn't say do I see the figures. Alright. I'm gonna climb up. Oh, well, actually, I'm gonna pull out of the window. Roll a 2 on the dice.
Excellent.
Aderyn, what do you do? Balrick's looking through a little porthole
Is it like too small
to squeeze
to
through.
squeeze through?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll keep walking to the other side then.
So Balrick leaves the porthole, looks around, and what I'm imagining happening is Balrick turns this way, look the way he came, and Aderyn personally goes behind him.
Is there any windows closed on this side?
Alright, and I begin to climb up onto the roof, so I'm going to go in the chimney with Ximori.
a faint sound of dooting.
You do find a door. You are also very exposed to the rest of the camp.
Could I try the door?
Can we
What's
like
he-
do initiative at this
Can I
point?
can I just clarify? What is Aderyn wearing currently?
Old lady clothes.
Old lady clothes. Which is just
For
like
real?
a rugged cloak on top of the purple.
So it's the rugged cloak on top of the purple.
Not just
You,
as an old.
you were
No,
told
no,
you were
no,
trekking
I
through the
thought
wilderness and you threw on a
Wolverine.
rugged cloak.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Is it
Ximori.
just the poncho that I made you out of the green fabric?
Yes.
Ximori. You notice that the individuals who have set up the campfire nearest to you, with this small group of tents just to the bottom right corner of the cage, one of them just kind of like having that conversation and then just turns around and like sees Aderyn walking up to the door. He's just like,
Well, you don't see it.
like turns back to the others and you see them stand up and start heading in this direction.
Right.
I get onto the roof at this point.
Into Baldrick's head. Balrick's head. So say, okay, we got somebody coming up to the building. Looks like they're friends inside because Aderyn rolled a 16 and my passive's a 13, so I don't know it's Aderyn.
None of us can see Aderyn. Oh my god, I hate you so much.
Right, there's some sort of, must have been real sneaky, but one of them's like, they moved right up to the door, and now one of his friends is coming over.
Why would they come over here? Alright, let's get down. And I'm going to push us to like not go in the chimney to get down under the
I'm sort of hanging off the other side of the roof.
like, can you tell Lesley to be careful because there are people coming? You like,
Lesley, be careful. in your head.
just a voice in your head going, be careful.
Leslie.
And Leslie's gonna go, Aderyn, is that you?
Yes.
I think your voice might have dropped.
I'm going through changes.
I'm talking for not. He's not talking for fuck. He's gonna have a panic attack when he finds out about this.
Should have double checked understanding with Aderyn.
This is Sarah like getting her teeth venting out.
By the way, can I have Arquen roll a perception check, please?
I've moved him up so he's kind of behind Tauri.
Yeah, he's gone full sentry mode.
Yeah, and then I put kind of ready to go and charge the build.
I saw you moving Derek on the map and thought you were going to do it such that Derek went and like grabbed Aderyn before she walked out.
But do you know what? I'm gonna
what would have been hilarious is just to have Dirk. Actually, hold on.
Here's the thing.
Roll the stealth check to see if Dirk can sneak up behind him.
Yeah, what I just did was I did a wisdom check to see if Derek would stop himself from following Aderyn. He rolled a 5 on the dice, so he definitely followed Aderyn.
Okay. You place Derek where he is.
His stealth is a natural 1.
Oh, this stealth mission's gone so wrong so quickly.
There's too many things.
How are you going to get to do this glyph?
Do I imagine Arquen was
It's been
near
maybe 15 minutes.
Tauri? Arquen was near Tauri, I imagine, wasn't he? Like what overwatching Tauri she did a ritual. He did get an 18 on his perception.
Cool. Okay.
So he sees Derek just.
You know what Dirk's doing? Do you remember from How to Train a Dragon when Toothless goes up on 2 hind legs and just walks around like this? That's what he's doing behind Aderyn.
I'm a human.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Sorry.
This was going well.
Never give Sarah the keys to the car.
Geffen, I think
Right,
we need to just
SEAL team,
upgrade that
go.
statement. Never give Sarah keys.
Geffen, we are in position. Arquen rolled an 18 on perception, so I think he's noticed, but he's also like 80 feet away.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're on the roof ready. Aderyn's near the door. Dex following behind. I think Aderyn probably should have noticed Dex by now, considering he's going.
Aderyn does have a passive perception of 15. However, Aderyn, your main focus is the door at this point. What do?
Yeah, I do. A very gentle knock.
Certainly. You gently knock on the door.
Do we hear the knock?
Like soup. It's basically it's like to say that I knocked. You know.
Okay.
Do we hear the knock?
Vampire rules
Based
here.
on how subtle that is, you two are going to need to roll perception checks and roll high.
Non-natural 20.
17.
I think, Ximori, you hear something tap on wood, but you're not 100% certain what it is.
I think they just kicked the door.
All right. Do you want to go in just in case?
I think they're coming in. Yeah, I'll hide and make myself. I'll get sneaky. Hang on.
You get down and hide, and I'll
horrifyingly crawl in through the chimney upside down on the roof.
Aderyn, you knock, there is no answer.
What is Lesley doing? 'Cause Lesley was alerted, but I think he was alerted to be careful.
Yeah, Leslie's just like, oh, he's the SpongeBob meme that.
As you go down tomorrow, I might say open the window for Lesley.
Okay, I'll crawl to the other side on the roof and just sort of.
I went inside. I assumed it was an inside though.
Yeah, I'm inside. I'm just on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's like a hide ceiling. You think that's gonna stop my claws?
Is this the Grudge?
What is happening?
Do I hear anything from inside?
Just like,
So I'm gonna open the window and then go back above the door.
Roll me
Does Lesley
perception
know she's
checks to see
window
whether you can hear Ximori's movements inside.
Look.
Deception. 16.
16. Ximori, roll me stealth. Let's see how stealthy
Can I
you are
just-
inside.
Can I just quietly open the door, just like?
Yes,
And the door.
fine. Give it. Yeah, as you're like listening up against the door, it suddenly opens up.
Okay, can I turn around and then do I see like the people approaching if I turn
You see
around?
this one figure approaching. They're not wearing armor like the rest. They appear to be wearing like dark leathers that have been studded with nails. Just walking over casually. On one hip is a like 3-coiled whip, all coiled up.
Can I signal them and go?
I'm trying to decide if this is persuasion or deception.
I'm gonna change sides. I'm like, shh, there's an ambush. People planning an ambush.
Deception.
So come over here, Balrick. Remember what we're doing. Balrick, you look different. Where did you get all that leather armor? Where did you get that whip?
What are you doing?
26.
Amazing.
Oh my god. This is the best. I'm so happy. I love D&D.
The thing is, Tauri has no idea what's going on.
No, Tauri, you're just
No.
fully committed to this. You're
None of us
carefully
know
like
what's going on.
comparing to the book.
Does Arquen react to all of this?
17, by the way, yeah.
Arquen has noticed that Aderyn has gone. It's entirely up to you what Arquen does. You're controlling him.
I think for the sake of this continue, I think Arquen might just shrug and keep watching Tauri.
Yeah.
What now with that deception that you just did? I do want to point out, so we forget every time. This is a deception with Derek standing on his hind legs, right next to him.
Is Deck fully next to Aderyn?
Not on the map.
His deck is currently around the
I
corner
need
still.
confirmation on this.
Okay, I think Derek might. I'm gonna roll a wisdom check to see if he would have noticed about the going into open space.
Oh my god.
He got an 18 on the wisdom
Okay.
on the
Eight.
dice. So Derek stopped just before entering open territory.
Smart boy.
Yes.
I went, oh,
Okay.
Still
Derek
checks the
stops there.
deck.
This figure starts approaching to you. Just starts just like, "Hello, girl."
Is the figure alone? For
Yes,
clarification.
he's the only one who has walked up. He's left the other ones at the campfire and walked up.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Shh. If you're out here, something is in there. Shh, shh. It could be very dangerous. Come. It's just open the door. Very slowly. I don't know what's in there.
He
Just
reaches down to the whip and just, and these thick leather strips with studded metal in it coil out.
After you. I'm fragile. You go in first.
Roll me an insight check.
For this thing that's just spoken abyssal to you.
I'm rolling so well. 23.
23 with an insight check. Your deception roll basically has confused this individual. They do not recognize you. You don't look like anyone else here.
you don't speak their language.
You're not speaking the language they speak either. And so it's like eyeing you, eyeing the open door that you're pointing towards, and like looking around for support or something else.
Can I just
I can see that
You
person,
can-
but I can't.
Yes,
No.
correct. From your positioning.
go like
Balrick, you can
like-
also give me insight.
I don't have anything on me. You have a weapon. You go inside and have a look.
I got a 19 plus stuff, so a
22.
22.
And can I sort of like push the door a bit and be like,
Okay. My brain is trying to yes and Aderyn and also going, this doesn't make sense. I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Balrick, you see this guy, like, initially was like, relatively casually strolling up, like almost like approaching someone they know, and then has like slowed down, reached for a weapon, uncoiled the weapon, and is now like hesitating, questioning.
And can I, with that roll, see if the people by the camp that person left are looking this way?
You kind of glance over, and you can see the ones by the camp are just like momentarily like turned around. They've kind of got the attention. Just an odd vibe happening, kind of thing. Just like glance up. They haven't stood up, but they've just kind of like glanced up like that to look at what's going on.
can Aderyn just like sigh and be like, fine. And she's gonna like, with her hair, she's gonna do two things simultaneously before attempting one right after. So, she's gonna grab her hair and go up to the figure and go like, rah, in the figure's face, while mentally shouting into their head to almost like a woo, and then push him into the door. And shut the door behind them like a trap.
Come on, guys. We knew it was coming.
Aderyn heard the word trap and decided to build their own.
Aderyn, what's your strength score? -1. He's like, I'm gonna grab someone and throw them.
To bedazzling them, it's 0 actually. It's not negative.
Oh, shit's gonna get wild.
my God.
Right. Yeah. So, like, I thought the momentary hesitation. They've continued to walk closer towards you, to the point that this happens. There's like a couple of others whose attention is drawn to what is going on. At least they're somewhat alerted as to the situation. As Aderyn, you do this, like, he goes to, like affronted. I'd say, Balrick, from where you are, you're conscious, like, having looked around the camp, those of you who have observed the camp for a while, predominantly hair colours are black or red, primarily, within this culture. And so when Aderyn pulls out purple ombre...
At that point, I know that that's Aderyn.
Yeah, you can see, like, this... Look, because Aderyn has to step away from the door to, like, do this. You see this happen. Aderyn, for a start, roll me a charisma check. This is how well your mental shout stuns them.
Okay.
Oh, we're not linked now. Ximori, you changed to Lesley. So I can't
19.
tell Ximori that.
19, okay. I then need you to make an athletics check. They will make one at disadvantage due to the whole surprise mental shock moment. And we will see what happens.
I regret saying that I was rolling well, because that's a nat 1.
Oh my God.
Even with a 5 on the die. So you go to, like, do this.
Do you have inspiration?
I do have inspiration. I'm going to use my inspiration. It's very important.
None of you are getting
moment.
inspiration after this session. This is... This doesn't deserve you.
19!
So there is this moment where you do this and, like, go to grab their wrists and, like, pull them. And, like, the pull, nothing happens. This person is probably about 50% more heavy than you are. And just, it's... And then, like, the panic of nothing moving as they, like, go to, like clock you with their, like, uncaught fist. You just, like, drop to your knees using all of your momentum to, like, body roll them through the open door. The door doesn't shut in that instance because you've had to use your body weight to swing it round. But Ximori, suddenly they like come clattering in, hitting a table and knocking over some like clay jugs. Is this large, broad-shouldered figure, dark hair in a rough like ponytail, in Leather's armor, just, and they go to shout out.
I'm going to drop from the ceiling like a drop bear. My hand is just going to clamp over their face. And just like around their neck, I'm just like on them like a backpack, just like...
Make me an athletics check.
Okay, so Ximori is now a koala bear.
You've got to beat a 16. No, 17.
That's a 15 on the dice plus 7 for me, so that's 22.
So they get out. Cut. I'm gonna roll perception for these ones around the campfire. These ones around the campfire see this like swirl of motion and just like stand up to see what's going on, which you see, Balrick, and Aderyn sees.
I'm gonna whisper down to Aderyn. What are you doing? Get inside. Now, Aderyn.
She's gonna say in your head, I'll lead them to the trap! And can Aderyn start running towards where Tauri is? Not to like lead them to the trap!
That's not ready yet for another hour.
It's been like 20 minutes!
Aderyn's so bad at following orders. Oh my god.
Minutes! We planned for 20 minutes and Aderyn just walked up because they got bored!
Is Aderyn based off of children?
No, Aderyn just wasn't listening to the instructions because she was listening to the voices.
Is Aderyn based off of children? Not listening to instructions, giving the direct instructions. She's like, no, we'll do this instead.
All I heard was, spring the trap!
So Aderyn goes running. He is inside.
Aderyn north. Okay. Well, Arquen's perception. Arquen will probably be ready.
Yes, Arquen sees Aderyn come running around the corner.
And prepares himself, draws his sword. I'm gonna jump down the chimney. I would assume Lesley is also hearing the commotion inside through the open window.
Right.
Is jumping through the window?
Ximori opened the window at that point. Before this nonsense happened, Lesley would have tried to climb in. But we can see that Lesley arrives after the nonsense
I
happens.
think Balrick wants to stay on the roof just to keep an eye. I trust that Ximori can deal with one person. Especially if Lesley gets involved.
I have a nice time I came back with their spine in my hand, so...
Yeah, I'm going to stay on the roof and keep the vantage point, because at the moment, all I see is 3 people having reacted, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to keep an eye to make sure no one else reacts.
Okay.
I have an aneurysm. Or he's going to like hold his head like this. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay. Just gonna populate this camp a little bit. Delete that. Bring you in.
What was all the 2 Cameron and you said?
Yes. This camp is large enough that, like, it doesn't seem like the commotion has, like, sparked the entire camp up. It's just sparked up the nearbys. You're there. As these 3 start walking towards,
You said 2?
No, it was 3 around the campsite.
Oh.
Yeah, you said one walked in,
Yeah.
and there was the other 2.
Fair enough. There was 3 around the camp. There was 1 in a tent.
Ah, there we go. That's the kind of rich narrative, airtight narrative we're looking for here, Gavin.
Which is like seeing them all leave camp and like come out to kind of see what's going on. For the sake of this, I think we're gonna have to enter initiative.
So I think also once Aderyn takes off north, Derek will probably circle back around the house. Try and meet her in the forest.
Yes.
Do you A, want me to roll initiative, or B, roll with disadvantage? Because I am literally in a world of my own.
Yeah, roll with disadvantage. That seems reasonable.
Arquen rolled exactly the same.
And give me a second. I'm having to build encounters on the fly.
This was just meant to be sneaking.
Yes, this was going to be sneaking and setting up a trap and having a plan.
I don't agree with her actions.
That's D&D.
Oh, Sarah, I love your commitment to the bit. I love your commitment to shenanigans.
I don't agree with my own action.
I need.
It's not Sarah, it's Aderyn.
Yeah, it's Aderyn doing this.
Yeah.
I think it's a terrible idea.
This is literally the definition of, well, this is just what my character would do.
25 to 20.
In a good way.
21.
21.
Sarah's just in the dark place, just like, no, Aderyn, don't do it.
Lesley,
Undermine the whole plan.
No, it's not. No, stop. Don't do that.
Stop, Aderyn. God, I wish I was playing Witcher.
Oh, no. No, she's playing Harry Potter at the moment.
20 to 15.
17 for both me and Arquen.
Cool. 15 to 10.
13.
Lesley, no.
No, I got 21.
Oh.
I was ignored.
No, I've got you down,
Aderyn.
Lesley. You're fine.
I was
Aderyn?
ignored by you, Lindsay.
6.
Lesley, you are the first to act. All you've really got to run on is you see Aderyn come like jogging around the corner and the window open behind you.
And you have your thing that you can do at the beginning of combats. And on a bonus action.
It's pretty tricky to do anything with it right now, but yeah, go on.
It's available.
It is available.
Exactly. And apparently I can do it anytime in combat, which I learned last session.
Bonus action on a later turn.
Yes, so I will be commanding. Not commanding presence, sorry. What's it? Yeah, it's called commanding.
I think the only person you can see is Aderyn.
Or Deck.
And Deck.
Deck is
Wait,
coming
okay, no, so-
behind you.
So Lesley entered through the window and now sees Aderyn.
Oh, are you in the window? That's fair enough. We can say you were in the window if you wanted to be.
Well, the window open. Yeah, sorry. So
Mid-climb.
yeah, Lesley. As soon as the window opened, Lesley would definitely go in towards it.
In that case, what you see is Ximori grappling someone.
Okay, fair enough.
You might see Deck rushing past the window, but I don't know if you try and let it go.
Scrabbling through the dirt.
So Lesley will tell Ximori to bring them down because we need to. This guy.
Okay.
So you get a bonus. I don't think you're going to need it, but you get a bonus to hit equal to my charisma modifier, which is
3.
Yes, +3.
That is useful.
Ish. And if Lesley can use his movement to get towards them.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah, all good.
super. Yeah, he's also not attack. That'll be a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Super.
Is that Aderyn? Messing up a perfectly good plan?
No.
It's clearly Ximori's fault.
She's just a troubled child. Stop this. I thought I see
There's bad influences like Tauri.
Yeah, why couldn't Tauri just let her help?
I tried.
Give her a job.
9
No,
damage.
you sent her off to do her own thing.
9 damage.
I should be like, sure, Aderyn, hold this crayon.
Attack is a 23 to hit. Wait,
Yeah.
I need to find me a blue flower with red thorns.
If I gave her a crayon, there's a 50% chance she eats the crayon.
That's true.
Can confirm, Aderyn is in the Marines.
11
No,
damage.
that's a 100% chance.
11 damage, was that him?
Yeah.
Cool.
And maybe we're going to bonus action that again.
Just jamming swords into the guys Ximori's grappling them.
Yeah. Really trying to. I was trying not to hit Ximori.
Yeah, that's the difficulty here, is just me trying to hold him still.
Like,
Oh no.
As he struggles, you're really like struggling him into Lesley. So it's another 27 to hit and 12 damage.
Ooh, getting more damage each time. This guy like trying to like reach for the whip, but then like realizing that it's not going to, it's just going like bared fingernails to try and like scratch for eyes. But that ends. That turn is Ximori's turn.
Right, can I, grappling wise, break his arm?
Sure.
Just sort of, I could rip out his throat, I guess. I'll need to break his throat first, probably, to stop him screaming. We'll do that.
It's a favoured attack. Go for it.
Yeah. So what do I have nearby that I can grab while I'm doing this? Because, oh, you know what? I'll pull out Leslie's knife from my boot.
reveal my teeth.
Spin it round and drive it into his throat.
Lesley almost shouts.
So that is... That's it, plus 1. Oh, natural 20.
That hits.
2, 6 plus 3 is 9 points of damage on the first.
It like sinks in, and they're just like they're wrestling and like almost tearing their throat a little further.
Then can I spend a point of inspiration on my second part of the attack to basically give him the silence condition but forgo damage?
If you hit, yeah. I'll give you that. Okay.
That is a 18.
That does hit. As you just rip out the vocal cords, gashes of blood comes out. And still trying to violently assault you. Anything else on your turn?
Right, what do I have in a bonus action? I can break a grapple for free. I won't do that right now. I can't do anything else. No, I can two-weapon fighting, I suppose. No, I'm grappling him. So no, yeah, that's it.
Cool. Okay. You see this guy, like kneel down beside the tent and pick up a large kind of broadsword, single-edged, like curved and hooked blade, and just begin heading over in this direction. But they're all still walking fairly casually. There's not like an immediate sense of alarm. Weird stuff's happened.
So shield guy's walking towards the building, not following Aderyn.
Oh no, that's a good point. Aderyn, yes, he's going towards the building. Because that's where the doors open when it wasn't previously. And then this one continues ambling
Not
around.
bothered.
This does, yeah. No one has raised an alarm yet.
Does the other knife dude walk? Or is that just shields that you're doing?
Just shields. That was their initiative. Balrick, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm having a panic attack.
Hurry.
This is not what we planned. This is what's happened. This is not what we planned.
We had so much planning.
We did so much planning. Right, I think I don't want to reveal myself, so I'm going to stay hidden. And I'm going to. I trust that if the other guy, I can see the other guy coming towards us. If I attack him now, that's going to be very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm leaving that. When he gets inside, I'm sure Lesley and Ximori can deal with him. I'm going to prepare an action for any of the guys following Aderyn. If they break line of sight with the majority of the camp, so basically if they get back past the tent, I'm going to move to this end of the roof.
Yep.
And if they get past the tent, I'm going to start shooting them.
Gotcha. Okay. So you ready in action to start shooting as they get past the tent?
Derek is going to... How smart is Derek? I'm going to... How intelligent is Derek? Derek can see Aderyn now. And she's not being chased. Is Aderyn running? Or just, like, moving quickly? Like, briskly walking?
Like, running.
She's running? Like, properly running?
Yeah.
Derek's
Just
gonna...
just.
and he's not very intelligent. Derek's gonna run towards you then. And he's just gonna, like, be next to you as you're running. Like, you know, like you run past and he's gonna run in front to make sure no one gets in the way. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, that ends Balrick's turn. Arquen's turn.
Arquen sees Aderyn running. I was going to walk to the edge of the tree line and we're very confused. We're going to like gesture for you to join him in the trees.
Cool.
And does Arquen have any good spells? Probably leave the spells for now.
While you look.
Yeah, he'll probably leave the spells for now. Take the dodge action, I suppose. Put a shield. Do you have a shield?
You're going to take a spot action.
What,
These
dodge action?
these two move up. Again, they're not dashing because they're not entirely sure what's going on. I don't want to like just run bare into anything. But they are like looking around and they see the tattered cloak of Aderyn going round the corner. So they will continue their pursuit around the corner. They haven't lost sight of Aderyn and are following Aderyn, but that's as far as they get on their turn. If you wish, Chris, Balrick can use that to attack, but I know you said you wanted to wait until they were out of main area. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait.
Okay, that's fine. Tauri.
I have no idea what's going on. I continue what I'm doing.
Use your action to continue casting the spell. Which now means we're to Aderyn.
100 rounds.
No, it's not 100. It's only 75 because we did in 15 minutes.
Oh, true.
Yeah. No, wait. An hour is 600 rounds.
An hour is 100. Is it not? No, is it 600? Oh, yes, so 450 rounds.
It's 10 rounds in a minute times 60.
600. So you've got 450 rounds.
So we need to stall them for 450 rounds.
About
That's what I was
400,
saying.
450 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
It's your turn, Aderyn. What
It's going to be
do?
a long session.
Can Aderyn mentally reach out to Tauri as she's still running and
Distract her.
yell, like, in her head, like, is the trap ready?
In character, perfectly reasonable. Above table, very funny.
I want an opinion. Does it break my passive perception to hear her say that?
It's telepathic, it's in your head, yeah, you're fine.
I reply,
Your concentration's fine.
Yeah.
what the fuck? No.
Are you sure?
It needed an hour.
So happy. What are you doing, Aderyn? Wait, isn't it an action to change who you're telepathically speaking to?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, can I just run back?
Decky's running alongside you like a dog.
Run back
Like,
which direction? At this point, I'm not sure where back is for you.
Arquen has also suggested for you to go into the forest.
Where's Arquen? I can't see him.
Arquen
Arquen is
He's a wolf.
pebble.
Oh, okay.
It's the closest thing we can get to a plate
I love
armor
that
paladin.
Decker's just like staring up at you, just like.
Actually, I'll tell you what, Arqen's preferred action is for if Aderyn goes into the forest to run after her into the forest to preserve hiding. That's Arqen's preferred action. If Aderyn joins him.
Can I roll like a wisdom
You can do whatever you like.
Do whatever you want.
to see? Do you have the coin?
As you proved, Aderyn, you can do whatever you like.
Well, I let Aderyn take control. If it's a 20, then you do it. If it's a 20, I decide. What is it? Tell me it's me.
What does everyone think it is?
1.
Is it a 1?
Oh.
I can't see that.
No, that's just
Oh,
a...
That is so backlit.
Okay.
There we go.
Aderyn's gonna signal to Arquen to be like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And she's gonna turn around.
And run back towards the people.
But towards the edge of the house.
The tent.
No.
You're gonna go into the tent.
I'm gonna go into the tent.
Okay, you find
Is this-
you move yourself through water balloons of snakes and animal bladders filled with some kind of liquid.
Tent-wise, this isn't like a tent, this is more like a gazebo.
Yes, exactly.
So, there's no sides.
That's fine, I'm near the house.
Okay, that is Aderyn's turn. Which now puts us back round to Lesley. Actually, I'm going to say at the top of initiative, someone choose a number between 1 and 6.
3.
Oh.
4.
Actually, I'm going to go with Aderyn. It's her fault.
I can't even be mad if I die.
At the moment, it doesn't look like the camp has been fully alerted. Lesley.
Stab, stab, bitch. But Lesley is going to.
Stab him, stab
Oh,
him,
wait.
stab him.
Wait, I never did that guy's turn. I moved the other sword guys. He is going to try and break the grapple on Ximori. Just briefly retcon that.
Okay.
It doesn't roll very well.
It's got to beat a 23.
Yeah, he doesn't break the grapple. Carry on.
Is there any chance his jostling may have made Ximori drop my knife?
No.
Knife is in the guy's throat.
You've seen these 4 arms, you've seen how much grip I've got.
If the knife is in the guy's throat, Lesley will retrieve his knife.
I didn't leave it in his throat.
No, use the knife to rip out the guy's throat. It's now
pushed it
in his hand.
I pushed it down, it's in his lung now, it's just rattling around in there.
What did the last mechanic leave in here?
Oh shit, I dropped it.
Oh shit, that's where I left that dagger after I
will say, this guy is bleeding profusely, and if they were capable of showing pain, would be in agony.
I'm getting my knife!
But they're not, so it's fine.
Sorry, the Lesley was his one.
More?
Lesley. Lesley is going to. Oh, Leslie's really tempted to stab Ximori in this moment. He's angry. He's not going to though. He's going to be cool.
That
He's gonna
shows
be
great
chill.
restraint. Very mature.
And he's going to try and cut out this guy's lungs so he can retrieve his knife.
Sure. The knife is in there, Ximori. You're just holding it to steer the guy, and Leslie's going in through the front to try and get it back.
It's like a joystick sticking out the front. I've got Leslie's dagger embedded in his nervous system.
This is the third 19 I've rolled today, which is not a crit.
It's a shame you're not a champion fighter. That does it.
Cool. I'm doing this with my dragonfly sword. 10 of damage.
10 points of damage. You embed it in, and just there's one last snarl as this guy pulls up these sharpened nail claws to try and scrape at your face. He's still just about clinging on.
Monger turn deserves
Attack
another. Leslie's gonna try and cut off his hand.
Okay.
Ooh, it's not so. Does a 14 hit?
14 does hit. How do you want to do this?
Hand comes off. Hand comes off. It's just like a stump bleeding, and he's just.
Yeah.
And I would like some help for that action to have retrieved Leslie's knife into his hand.
Do you have inspiration to burn?
No, I don't think so.
Ximori is still in possession of said knife, but you know exactly where the knife is. As this guy finally succumbs to blood loss.
Yeah, I'll sort of kick the body off me. Oh, this one. It's yours.
I think you know it's mine. I think you know I've been looking for that knife for a while.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I think I would have, realised that.
Ximori. I call you many things. I've called you.
At this point, the one with the great sword is advancing even closer while these two chat about a knife.
We're continuing to chat about the knife inside.
This conversation is longer than 6 seconds.
Had an alarm been sounded? I don't remember.
Not yet.
No alarms yet.
Okay. Right, I'll hand you back your knife. Just sort of offhandedly.
You might hear with this situation unfold eating rapidly. Downstairs, you guys are not.
You like poop in your pants.
Yeah.
I just look around the table. Is there a vial of something that looks poisony and awful?
Yeah.
Something that looks made.
Yeah, plenty of it.
Yeah, I just sort of offhandedly just toss the knife. Just toss the knife to Lesley. Pick up one of those things and go back above the door again.
Okay, just clamber above the door.
Like a gorilla.
Just waiting with my wet sack of poison.
Okay.
Ximori, a terrifying spider gorilla.
So yes, I would like to ready an attack, so that when something comes through the door, I'm going to swing this poison into its face.
Okay. Lesley, meanwhile, is standing slap bang in the middle of the room, having.
Leslie's going to use his movement to move, and also going to use his bonus action to. Again, nobody else can hear. They can't be.
To be fair, good point for that is Ximori moved off his turn, so it might be worth you using your bonus action for Ximori to. Oh, it's Ximori's turn, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it's
Ximori's
Ximori's
turn
turn
now.
Lesley. So
it's my turn after Leslie's.
It's fine to get fuzzy.
Yeah.
Leslie's going to try and for a table or something under, but.
Cool. Yeah, you can't take the hide action. You get cover.
No.
As this guy walks up to the open door, sees a dead body on the floor, Lesley in the room, doesn't even enter the doorway, and just shouts out in Abyssal, "Concourse!" As you see a number of other, pop their heads up in response to the shout of alarm. And I think there is where we're going to take a break.
Can't be that many. It's hundreds of feet. How long does he able to shout? Oh, no, actually, that's 100 feet gets quite far. Never mind.
But we'll pick up this insane chapter of the story in a little bit. And jumping right back in, we are still in the middle, just as this armoured up, great sword wielding member of the Vashar lets out a guttural shout in Abyssal that you, Ximori, recognise to be "Prey intruders!" Just echoed out across the road. Balrick, from your vantage point, you see a number of heads just like pop up around the camp, reach for weapons and start rushing over. It does seem, with your immediate perception, that their desire to get to intruders means that the ones who have heard the alarm aren't then echoing the alarm. But the sound of battle will carry. So we pick up as that guy jumps in there, lets out that shout, and then enters into the room towards Lesley. Ximori.
Right. My action goes off to punch a large bag of poison into his face.
Yes, make me an attack roll.
Does he know I'm there?
No, he doesn't. Well, actually, roll me a stealth check. Let's see whether you can beat his passive perception.
That's a 15?
Yes, he doesn't know you're there.
Yeah. That's better. Plus 6 is 24.
Cool. Roll me 4d4. I will make a Constitution save. DC 12, he fails.
$13.
Takes 13 points of poison damage.
And
I'm not making him poisoned. But just having acid poison splashed on his face. Gotta get him to ingest it. As he will then lash out with this great sword towards Lesley, demolishing the table in front of you in the process, but it does give you half cover. So 2 attacks. One of which is a 9, the other which is a 22.
What does partial cover give me?
Plus 2 to your armor class.
Oh, yeah.
So 1 hit. You take 11 points of slashing damage as this great sword rips up. And you feel that wound just like become jagged, like it's going to be a pain to heal. In response to the shout, this guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I would say he would have to use his action to between open and door, picking up a weapon. He doesn't dash. But he gets there.
Small mercy.
Balrick.
well, shit.
Shoot them, Balrick. Shoot them now.
Yeah, Aderyn's gonna get told off later.
Oh no. Not by Daddy Balrick.
Not this. I don't want to climb out.
Naughty step.
No, naughty step. That's when people just step on Aderyn.
Does the shield guy approaching from the south, do they look more armoured and like stronger then?
Than the ones that were chasing after Aderyn. This guy looks like he's wearing... he's essentially wearing like a blacksmith's outfit, but has like bolted on metal to it to act as like a deflector for other things. And he's carrying a large war hammer, like a large smithing hammer that could be used as a war hammer.
So the swords guys just like more normal dudes, like less.
Yeah. So the sword guys are just like wearing like almost like studded leather kind of style, and wielding just like kind of long swords or short swords or axes.
I think from my vantage point, I can probably see Arquen is prepared.
Yes.
So I'm gonna leave the swords guys for Arquen, and I'm gonna see that blacksmith guy approaching, and I'm gonna slow him down as he's approaching and shoot him. I was tempted to an staring strike, but that just encourages him to shout. Actually, I'm just gonna start shooting arrows at him.
Okay.
Try and hit him before he gets there. Okay. That's a plus 11. 17 to hit.
Misses.
Misses, bounces off.
Yeah, managed to squarely hit one of the metal plates, and he like looks up to see you on the roof and just like grins before like starting to break out in a sprint towards you.
All right. On the one I had advantage because I was hidden.
Ah, yeah, go ahead.
That's a 23 to hit. Sorry.
23 does hit. It hits the thing, skids into the armor plate, and like slows him down.
That's going to be the 8 for a longbow. 8 plus 6. 11.
11 points of damage.
And that's a dirty 20 to hit for the second shot. And that's max. That's 14. So 2 shots straight at that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shout back at down off the roof at Derek, so I can now see Derek.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of at Arquen, and I'm going to say protect Aderyn. And Derek's going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and jump at this sword guy.
Go for it.
And gets an 18 on the die.
Does it? Yep.
He's a chompy little fella.
Run up to that guy, jump on him, and do D6 plus 8 points of damage.
8.
He jumps on that guy's arm.
Nice. Just starts dragging him down. He like turns around to see the dragon, bares his teeth, going. In Abyssal, if you can hear Ximori, he just says, "New food." Is that your turn?
That does end my turn.
Which now means it's your turn again.
It's my turn again. Arquen doesn't have an 40 foot movement speed, does it? No.
That's freakishly long legs.
What he does have though is Arquen is going to run forward, and I don't want to do stuff that he's never done before. Has he ever Misty Step before?
Not that I know of.
Don't want to. No, I don't think I want to ruin things for Hugh. He can do it for himself. Arquen will just dash. Bring it there.
Cool.
And I think Arquen might cast a Shield of Faith on himself.
Okay.
Yeah. As he goes forward, banging his shield, preparing his shield.
Cool. That ends Arquen's turn. It is now those guys' turn. So this one will rush up to Arquen. These two, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, will now be able to see everything going on. Will dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one's running out the door. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. So that's them dashing to get there. And then these two, one will attack deck, and one will attack Arquen. So on deck, that's going to be a miss. That's a natural 4. And on Arquen, that is 15 only. So they just start swinging, and the armored plates of Arquen and the scales of Derek just ride the blows of these like hatchets and machetes to continue on fighting. Tauri.
I continue doing what I'm doing.
I will say, you are aware of what's going on. You're not like locked in. You do have the option to not, if you wanted to.
I know, but the thing is, I'm kind of...
You still have a bonus action if you wanted to do any inspirations.
Which is ADHD hyper-focused.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that you're able to feel like you can
I
take
know.
that.
The one challenge is unless we increase... oh no, 60 feet is actually a lot further than I thought.
Everyone.
Yeah, you can't do Lesley or Ximori because you can't see them, so you don't really know where they are. But everyone else you can at least are aware of.
I'm going to tell Aderyn in her mind, because as far as I'm aware, we're still connected. Fix this. You can do it.
That's so scary.
And give her inspiration.
That's the most terrifying.
That's the most terrifying inspiration I've ever received. There's too much pressure.
Excellent. That ends.
Is there an intimidation bard subclass? An intimidation bard subclass.
Yeah, it's the disappointed teacher subclass.
That's Tauri.
That ends Tauri's turn. Aderyn.
Okay, Aderyn's gonna.
Does Aderyn know wish?
Can Aderyn manifest wish?
There is a. I think we put it in Realms of Wonder. We put in Minor Wish as like a 5th level spell.
Wouldn't you all dread for
We
Aderyn to have
definitely
a wish?
spent a good couple of weeks debating how we could phrase it such that it was a smaller wish.
It would be horrendous. She's gonna run like forward a bit more. Like she's keeps going like and then she's gonna cast Sorcerer's Burst on this guy.
Okay. Give me the attack roll.
Numero 3.
Why did you speak Spanish in a French accent?
I don't know! They're making me do both now, it's confusing! 22 to hit.
That does hit.
And it is 2d8. Where's my d8? No, that's not that. No, that's not this one.
Yeah, it's Sorcerer's Burst. Is that not?
The Sorcerer's Burst is the cantrip.
Yeah.
I thought Sorcerer's Burst could explode.
You're thinking of Chaos Bomb.
Yeah.
The Sorcerer's Burst can explode. But it explodes.
7 total. 2d8. And I'm gonna do poison damage.
Cool. You see a cloud of poison as it like turns around to see you, but then Arquen very quickly like interposes the shield in its line of sight and drags their attention back to him. That ends Aderyn's turn. It is now this guy's turn, who rolled a nat 20, who continues his patrol. Well, actually, no, he would have heard that from 100 feet. And so we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And yeah, taking this in. Actually, before he gets there, taking the scene in with Balrick now visible on top of the roof, a dragon, a very obvious like knight in shining armor type, and a highly colourful sorceress just take in the room and just lets out a fanged roar, not even language at this point, and just you see them take they've got like barbs all over their armor, and wielding, and like on their gauntlets are like spikes and then like hooked claws, almost like Shredder to some level, and just starts ranging them against the sides of this bar, of this jail cell, prison. And you see like the humans and various other like villages inside all like cow back from the noises. They like all like got up to the side to kind of witness this and like vain hope of saviors. And this guy just like slangs it, which does issue out
Vain hope.
further warnings around the camp.
Real genuine hope, I think you'll find.
Will alert these guys and potentially bring them into initiative on their subsequent turns, as well as something else that I need to roll initiative for.
Oh no.
Which goes in there.
A thing.
Okay, that ends. He had 10 more feet of movement after that, and then we'll step forward towards the events. Lesley, Ximori on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this guy in particular.
Yeah, so Leslie's
Gonna. Sorry, I've not got the thing open. Ximori doesn't really need to move that much. So, yeah.
Lesley is going to use his action and bonus action to
Try and fuck this guy up.
Big sword swish.
big sword swish.
Yeah, he's gonna do like Yeah, I mean, there's not really much. We can't hide ourselves now, right? Leslie knows we're
Nope.
we're in it.
Might as well go loud.
So he misses spectacularly, like really brilliantly to start with.
It's just a
And
feint. It's just a feint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meant to do that. Rah.
And then it's over 20, so I'm thinking it's a hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
I'm gonna roll the final one and then do the damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another over 20.
Yeah.
4, 7, and 12. 11, sorry. 7 and 11 with 12.
18. Yeah, it takes the wounds, readies the greatsword. Yeah, can't even do that. And like tries to like parry the blows, but you're too swift in underneath the long greatsword. Anything else on your turn?
So as my movement, as part of my movement, can I, because I'm not really going to move, can I hand back Ximori the knife and say, I know you can do this with your claws and teeth, but in case you need it, for today, you may hold on to this.
Aww.
It's happening while somebody in armor is like going at you with a sword, just like
Yeah.
knife.
Yeah.
Just like-
I was like, in 6 seconds.
It's just like throws it up in midair, which like Ximori leaps across the room, catches it in midair, and dives towards them. Which it is your turn,
It's
Ximori.
in his teeth. Let's face it.
Well, I know we don't have to go quiet now, so I'm probably going to rage.
Okay.
There's quite a few of them, so I think we're going to go with claws. So yeah, I'll catch the knife in my teeth.
Okay.
And sort of drop down from the ceiling where I was. I'm going to say I've left the glaive over by Tauri because it's a bit too large to be sneaking with.
Sure.
And yeah, I think we're just going to unload some claws into this guy.
Go for it.
Actually, is he like in the doorway or is he like...
He stepped in because Lesley was hiding behind the table, so the door you could move around.
Okay. If I could sort of drop down behind him then.
Yeah.
Block the exit.
I'd like my first thing to be a grapple on him, my first attack.
Sure. Let me rearrange this slightly so it makes sense.
You put the knife at his throat with your teeth, like.
Was that you were grappling him first, yeah?
Grappling him first.
Ooh.
So that is 25.
19.
I'm then going to, because I can move distance without having to, I can move somebody who's my size.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drag him out
Okay.
and like sort of swing him around so Leslie's not just trapped in a small room with a man with a large sword.
Gotcha.
I mean, Lesley likes that kind of thing, though.
Guilty.
I just swing him out into the yard, then just step in with two claw attacks because I've used one of my attacks for
Yep.
Leslie did say
knifing. So that is unnatural 20.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And a 22.
Both hit.
Need my D4. There we go. That is maths. No, my great nemesis. 14 on the first. And 14 on the second, actually.
You rip this guy apart, pulling off the armor plates to get in underneath him, and before he's able to bring the sword around in that grapple, he goes limp in your hands.
I'm going to pick up his sword.
Okay? It is a great sword.
Yep.
Great sword.
It's a really nice sword.
It's very good. Very
Cool.
good.
Is that your turn?
Fine.
Yep, that's my rage and
Cool.
my action. Hammer. Yep, that's me.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll rush up to you. These guys have heard the commotion. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, right, this one is going to make 2 attacks against you, Ximori.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
and an 11.
Well, one of those hits. But you'll never guess which.
13 slashing damage.
Is that half or is that full?
That's full, so 6. To you, as he rushes in to do that. Balrick.
Cool. I see Ximori brutalize a guy, and then the guy I'll shoot at turn up, and I'm like, Ximori's got this. I'm curious about the compass guy. What's that?
Yeah, this is a guy wearing like barbed armor that had been until now like just wandering around the pen with all of the prisoners. Is wearing like metal like claw-like gauntlets that he used to rattle against the cage and alert further people within the camp.
Don't like the look of that, so I'm going to turn from the guy that I can now see is occupied and start shooting at that guy.
Go for it.
I'm like, that doesn't look safe. So, that is a 15.
Does hit.
Nice. And I'll do both my attacks. That's a 22.
Yeah, both hit.
Oh, 7 plus 9, 16 total.
16 total. Cool, they both kind of... They don't fully hit through, because of like the varying like barbed hooks and everything. Like any direct hit kind of like glances slightly, but he just like clearly take the damage and just like looks up towards you, grins, and like gets ready to rush towards you.
And then I don't need to command deck. It's the last command. He's going to continue what he was doing, ragging this guy's arm off like an Alsatian. This is a K9 unit now.
Giant Alsatian. They've got jaws the size of your arm.
Drake 0 unit. Draco unit. That's a 5 points of damage. Oh no, I didn't roll to hit. Sorry.
Of course.
I automatically deal 5 points of damage.
That is 23 to hit. I'll keep the 5.
Yeah, sure. Deck keeps ragdolling.
Yeah, and then Arquen will smash on the same guy Dex, ragging on.
Sure.
Normal attacks. That's a hit. Plus 7, that's 24 to hit.
That does hit.
And a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Cool. Oh, I'm rolling bad on the damage. 5 and 11. So, 16.
16 points of damage. Nice. Yes, it's frustrating. These guys seem, for their size and like humanoid nature, fairly impervious to damage and are just willing to push on through this pain.
Yeah. Okay. And that's both mine and active turns.
Okay. That brings us on to something happening. Which
This
you
most guy's turns.
don't need to worry about too much.
Okay. Fine. Not like
Not
that.
on us at all.
No bueno.
And then it is the normal guy's turn subsequently. So this one will also rush up. Yeah, Ximori, you are closest. They will just rush towards you.
Closest and loudest. My job. No matter where anyone is on the field, I must be closest and loudest.
Can't get to him.
Can't get you, so we'll dash. Dash 5 feet. And these ones are all slower to react. 30. Because they were just outside the alarm, so I had to respond to the ones who moved first. But it is then the 3 that can make attacks. We'll continue, 1 on Derek, 1 on Arquen. Derek is a 21, Arquen is a 23.
Oh, it's good.
On Derek, 6 points of damage. On Arquen, 5 points of damage. And on you, Ximori, it's cocked. 17 to hit you, Ximori.
That just hits.
Ooh, max damage for 11, half to 5.
Ooh. I felt that one.
Tauri.
Can I... Do I think the camp is waking?
There was a large, clanging coming from the metal bars.
A lot of shouting and clanging so far.
And, the shouts of combat are coming out now. Ximori is letting out cries. There are shouts of combat.
So I'm going to say that there was no point in keeping going with this glyph.
Okay.
I'm going to pause a moment, make a little symbol on the heart, the quarter glyph that I've made. Sprint 30 feet away, and then the glyph explodes because it's unfinished.
Yep.
Let's see where I can get to.
You better bring my glaive with you.
You got a great sword, your time.
Yeah.
I will bring the glaive with me, kind of strapped onto my back.
That to strap it onto your back would require a use of an action, because the free action is picking it up, and then you would have to stow it. So
your free action is also to drop it again, so you can.
Fine, I'll pick it up, bring it with me, and then slam the blade into the ground.
Okay.
I can then get to there with 30 feet of movement.
Not that far. You were way deeper in the forest than that.
I was right on the edge. I was here.
Wait? I thought you were deeper.
Yeah.
No, because I was setting the thing to go off,
right on the edge of the forest.
Right on the edge of the forest. So I was literally a square back.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, I thought you were further about that. Carry on. You weren't on my for a while.
That's fair. Can I see this guy? No, wait. How do I ping on him? Pointer. This guy.
Yeah, what about him?
Is he wearing armor?
Yes.
Cool. Heat metal.
It's made of metal.
Fair enough.
Simply said it had metal barbs on it.
Yeah, it's completely made of metal. No complaints here. And so it takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell.
Yep. Which is 12.
12 points of damage. And it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yep.
Okay.
How hurt does Ximori look?
Oh, I'm fine.
Wouldn't matter anyway, you just cast a spell, you can cast another one.
Oh, yeah, I can't. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, bumps and scrapes.
Cool, that ends Tauri's turn. Aderyn.
Aderyn's gonna help Ximori. So she's going to go by the door, which I'm assuming is like there.
Yep.
Ish. And then she is going to in between.
This is a bad laugh. When she does that laugh, it's a bad laugh.
I'm getting the feeling I'm about to be hit by an Aderyn spell again.
No, I just think that like the only risk is Ximori, so I'm gonna Chaos Bolt.
Yeah.
Why is Aderyn getting so close to combat?
Not good. Anyways, yeah, she's gonna Chaos Bolt this guy, the sword guy to the
Could
right.
be worse. She could have been like, I'd do a fireball on you.
Yeah, but every time she casts Chaos Bolt, it always hits me in the face.
It is canonical. It's not
That is true.
it's not rules as written, but it is rules as in our game where Ximori is a valid target for the bounce.
And that when
So-
Aderyn misses,
18 plus 7 is gonna hit.
It will, yes.
Okay, so.
On.
5.
Get 5.
5.
Bouncy,
bounce.
bouncy.
it's bouncing.
It always bounces when it's around Ximori. This is why I do it. Ximori's a good
It's
luck
the aura
charm.
of chaos around me.
Maybe Ximori can duck.
So within 30 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 valid targets. 4 enemies
Okay,
and
Cap-
Ximori.
Okay, I have
Okay.
a question. If Aderyn's within 30 feet, should it also be able to bounce back at her?
No, you cannot hurt you. Also, it is canonical.
Well,
It's only Ximori that isn't a direct enemy that has a chance of being hit.
You want me to roll like a d4 or something to see who it hits?
Roll me a d6.
D6. Oh, yeah. 4.
4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it'll bounce to the shield.
Not you!
You're getting better.
Deal the
That
damage.
is.
Tell me the damage on this guy first.
Need another
However, if this one bounces, there's now more of a chance of it hitting me.
Level. I'm doing it at level 3.
You've used a lot of 3 double spells.
Yeah, you're right. Let me see how my mana's doing.
So it's lightning damage, I can tell you that.
I'll just do it at level 2. So it's another one. So it's
14 plus
14 plus 5.
19.
19.
Now you re-roll the damage for the other guy because it can bounce off of him as well.
You do need to roll an attack roll for the other guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Crit.
That's 5 plus 7.
12.
12.
Inspiration.
What was the inspiration die?
Just to re-roll a d20.
Oh no, you
Inspiration.
have inspiration from
From Tauri.
Tauri,
Oh.
which is a D8 from
Is that
Tauri.
D8.
so 12 plus a d8.
1.
13.
13. The spell
That's too-
bounces right up against like a large slab piece of iron on the shoulder, just turns down, looks where it came from, comes from the guy next to him, and he like glares daggers at the guy next to him for daring to do anything. That guy, meanwhile, is like busy like taser muscle spasming underneath the armor. Anything else for your turn, Aderyn?
No,
Nice.
but I'll be like by the door so that I can like duck in, duck out, sort of
Okay.
In the way of Lesley.
in Leslie's way.
I
Precise.
need someone to roll me a d4, please.
I'll do it.
I think we just
No,
we should
make it a
Aderyn
d6.
every
It's easier
time.
for me if it's a d6, Andrew.
5.
5, okay. I need to add something else to the initiative order.
Oh
Not
no.
great for you.
Aderyn, you really fucked it up.
Yeah.
Why would you do this, Aderyn? Why would Aderyn do this?
Guys, I'm not in her head, I don't know.
She's kicked you out.
She's not.
She's changing the locks.
It's actually reasonably fine for you guys, based on that initiative roll. It's fine. But this guy goes first.
Whoa!
That is not where the door is.
That was a big jump.
Where he's going, he doesn't need doors.
He doesn't like that you're shooting him, and so is going to dash with the barbed hooks, climb up the wall, and get into melee combat with you, Balrick.
Well, that's just rude. He is on fire. Don't forget, he is on fire.
Well, yeah, he has heat metal cast on him, but he doesn't need to make the athletics. Doesn't need. Well, even with the athletics check, with disadvantage, it takes all of his movement to get to you.
I need a moment. Give me a moment.
Uh-oh. For the record, it did require a dash. It isn't going to make any attacks against him.
I'm gonna say, Jesus, this thing is faster than me.
30 foot movement, 30 foot climb speed. But that's all it can do. Since I'm not attacking him, I don't think it's that much of a problem. Lesley.
Superb. Do we need to wait for Chris?
He's coming back.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, I
Lesley,
thought you
your
were
turn.
coming back with something.
I had a phone call.
Ah, okay. No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. It used its dash action to get to you, Krish, so it did attack you.
Come back. I need on a roof now.
Yes.
How tall's the roof?
The roof is about 10 foot climb to get up onto the roof to where you are. So
That's damage.
yeah, it's all about.
That's 4 damage height, that is.
Lesley, you are
And
in
he
an
takes-
empty
and he
room
takes
after
metal damage on his
Ximori
turn,
dragged
doesn't
the
he?
guy who was trying to kill you out.
Yeah,
Aderyn
yeah.
is standing in the doorway. You can move through it.
No, before that happens.
Is heat metal damage on his turn, or is that on Bryn's turn?
I think it's Bryn uses a bonus action to deal
Oh,
damage,
yeah.
so it's on Tauri's turn. It's just on his turn he makes the con save to be able to hold on to the item, but he's wearing it, so I'm not bothering making it.
Yep.
He automatically fails.
Hence the reason why my first question is always, are they wearing armour?
Yeah.
Does it still have disadvantage? Yeah, disadvantage on attacks, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so Leslie's going to move to the other side of Ximori's situation.
Yep.
And gonna try a. These guys are gonna be hacked to torn to bits. Is it worth using a maneuver? It's always fun. It's always fun to do a maneuver.
So come
He's gonna have a crack at doing a blinding strike. So let's have a fucking go.
Pocket sand.
That's a. A 15? Sorry, for the swordy sword man.
Sorry, but that does hit them.
So now we go back to what a blinding strike is.
I think it's with martial dice of damage.
I expend one martial dice to do a strike, and I add my martial die, excellent, which I think is a D8. I've only been playing this for a while. Yeah, D8. 5. And so I add 5 to my attack damage, 6. Which is going to be 8 plus 5, 13. And I need you to make a con saving throw.
Constitution save. Natural 19.
This fucker's fine, other than having been stabbed for a bit.
We're getting scrapped like
How much damage
sliced in
was
the
it, sorry?
face.
I was waiting for the con save.
Oh, sorry, it was 5 plus 3. It was a 13.
13. Thank you. Any other attacks?
Attacks 2
that
and
was-
3.
Yes, no.
It's not a bonus
yeah.
action to
I
blinding
can still
strike,
do-
so you can.
You are correct. All right, yeah. Well, this guy's not blind, so I'm a bit pissed off with him. I'm gonna have another crack at him, which is a 16 to
Yep.
hit. For a, this is not with my dragonfly sword, so it's 13?
13?
Cool.
Yeah.
You slash him, he looks at you, you slash him again.
Like, hey, why can you still see?
Anything else?
And then the 2 weapon,
Oh, but it's
bonus action, second attack.
Yep.
You forget how many times I can stab things, Gethin. I might not be able to stab this time. 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Oh no, I can hit again. Another 6. Lovely. So that's 12 damage.
In a whirling blades, Ximori, this guy rushed up to you in a full sprint, and then like goes to like raise this like thick machete, and then there's just a and there's suddenly a limb gone, a knee caved in, and the guy just collapses in blades, and there's swirling and silk and Ximori there.
He gets tased and then blended.
Yep, that took him down. Anywhere else you want to go? If not, Ximori, your turn.
No, I'm gonna just let Ximori rip these guys up.
Then I'm going to take the big swing that I had prepared with this greatsword at him, and just go straight through to the next one with it.
Shield guy, yeah?
Yep, we'll go reckless.
Gotcha.
That is a 23.
That hits.
Max damage. So 12 plus 4, 16 plus 6 is 22.
Ooh. Just about still standing. That blow like drives him to one knee, where like his massive maul gets like pinned down. He's just like, bring it back up. But you've got his attack.
So as I've sort of got swung through, I'm just going to then drive the point down into the ground. Hands in his mouth and just
Go for it.
Ximori is awful.
Don't forget your reckless.
That is... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Crit!
Nice. Don't bother rolling. How do I do it?
So, yeah, as he's just, like, pinned into the ground by the sword in his side, sort of looks up at me angrily, and as I grab around his face, and just staring into his slightly panicked eyes, just tear his jaw off.
You feel the sharp bangs dig into your hands and just use it for purchase, and just full on Mortal Kombat style, the head is in half. Does that end your turn?
No, because I then look at his friend, and because I made an attack action with the claws, I get to make another attack.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just looking at him holding the two halves of his friend's face. Sort of dust them off. And just try and bring down a big old overhead strike on his face. Oh, it's less good. It's
Still
an unnatural
reckless.
20. Yep.
Nope, that does hit, yeah.
8 plus 6. Yep. 8 plus 6, 14?
14
Yes.
plus the damage. Cool.
Bonus action.
Yeah.
Can't do anything, but I just sort of look at him.
Okay. End your turn. These
Critique me.
guys, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 60. Rush up. No, actually, these guys are going to have picked up crossbows and are going to take
Cowards, man.
crossbow shots, like these wicked dark metal crossbows. One shot at both Lesley and Ximori each.
Coward's weapon.
Ximori, 13 to hit, wrong number.
Miss.
Lesley, lower to hit. So these... Aderyn, you have to
Just
quickly
hold up the
duck
body.
behind the doorframe as these crossbow bolts thud into the side of the house as they use their action to try and shoot you. Balrick, you are up.
So I'm on a roof with a guy who's also on a roof looking very much in danger of falling off that roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to reach out to help steady him, but in reverse.
I'm going to shove him.
I'm going to shove him.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Because this might be a push, but I do have inspiration. Could I, because of my giant strength, can I roll him 10 feet upwards so he takes 20 feet of damage?
Sure, if you use the inspiration and you succeed.
Yes, awesome. Cool. So. Oh! That's 20. Can I crit the damage?
He rolled very well, but yeah, you just launch him back off the roof. Roll me 2d6.
D6? No, D6 falling.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was D10. Never mind then.
But crucially, he's no longer in melee with you.
Yeah, I know. Alright then, that's fine. Oh, D6 is way less impressive. Can I crit on him?
No.
4 and 5, so 9 points of damage.
Ooh.
Like,
He's
like
momentarily pierced into the ground and gonna work his way back out the dirt. No, still got second attack.
And then, just to kind of prove a point with that, then,
you would have had to have dropped your bow to do that as part of a free action, your free object.
would I?
To be able to pick him up and launch him, you would have needed 2 hands. Still a humanoid.
So what, is that an action to pick it back up?
Yeah, it would be at that point.
Action?
Well, I'll include it. You can use your second attack to pick it back up. It wouldn't be a full action. So
Surely it's free to drop something.
No, it's to pick it back up, I'm saying.
It's the whole draw a weapon thing back up. If you can just free to pick stuff up, it just kind of
Free to pick one thing up, yeah. But
it's you're having to drop and also pick up. Doing a drop and a pick up in the same turn, it would let Ximori go, I use a glaive here, I use this here, I use this here. It gets a bit
I was
much.
picturing a one-handed throw, that's why, but not fair. So can I still attack? Can I pick up the bow and attack, or am I?
No, so the bow would be one of your attacks to pick up.
Alright. Well, I'll pick up my bow then and... Oh, I was going to prove a point. I was going to ensnare him, strike him, force him to stay down.
I tell you, fine. You rolled a nat 20, fine.
I can use the second inspiration if you want. I've got 3.
You're good.
Hunt?
Wait,
I'm going to ensnare him, sorry.
I will say, he is prone, so you have disadvantage, but I'll give you advantage because you're above him, so it's a flat roll.
Okay. Bonus action.
He's presenting his full profile on the ground.
Yeah.
There's 27 to hit.
That does hit.
Ensnaring strike. Does that add damage? It's a D8, so it's 13 plus another D6.
Yeah. And it makes a
19 and a strength save.
Strength save of a 22, I'm afraid.
Oh, so he's not pinned to the ground.
Yeah, so it comes up and he just uses the sharp claws on his stuff to slash it away.
Oh, is he at disadvantage for that because he's got heat metal?
Heat metal is checks and attacks, not saves.
Oh. Fair enough. That's my turn. Deck doesn't do any more damage. Huh?
How much damage was it?
Oh, it was 7. 19.
Ooh. Nice.
Deck can't attack because I haven't given my bonus action, so he's just ragging on this guy's arm.
Yeah.
Again, like a guard dog. Arquen's going to go for the guy that Derek is ragging on the arm of.
Go for it.
And he's going to get a dirty 20.
That hits.
And then the second attack will be 21. 9 plus, is it 4 twice? 9 plus 8, so 17 points of damage.
Still up, but looking terrible for it. Balrick, what I will give you from your natural vantage point where you have is this camp is very much starting to become alert to intruders. And you are outnumbered.
Yeah.
A protracted fight is not one that you win, you expect. Having said that, large group of prisoners here, with your perception and able to push that guy off, you can see another prison cell across the camp, which has people in.
Mm.
Do with that information what you will. Go on.
I might shout down to everyone, we need to get back into the bushes and regroup. Oh, gosh.
Okay. That's all they're going to do. Sword guys' turns. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. That's where they get to. Right. Again, same thing on Arquen and Deck. On Deck, that is a 19. On Arquen, that is a 10. Deck.
Can Arquen use his reaction for protection?
Yeah.
Is that the fighting style Arquen has?
Yeah, they do.
That's a yes. Yes, he does have that.
So is that imposed disadvantage?
Yes.
That brings it to a 16 on Deck.
Does not hit. Shield protects.
Yeah, shield protects, sword blocks the other one as Arquen goes full defensive duelist. And one on Ximori, which has advantage. For a 13.
Miss.
Natural 1 was the reroll. That ends their turns. Tauri.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Carry on. Tauri, what you do see is running out of this cave up here is a bunch more coming from this cave system. You're the only one that has visibility on that right now. Carry on.
I swear loudly. Yell at Balrick. There's another half a dozen coming from the north. If we want to live, we need to leave, as you say. And then we'll... Who looks the most beaten up out of the four here?
I was gonna say, not a lot of people have taken damage.
Probably Deck.
No. The enemies.
Oh, the enemies. Sorry. The one that Deck and Arquen have been working away at.
Cool. Bonus action, heat metal.
Cool. Roll me that damage.
For 10.
Nice.
And then I will Vicious Mockery the one that they're fighting. Number 2, I'm going to guess.
That's a good roll. 15 total.
That meets my DC.
So it takes no damage, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
Tauri is so bad at insulting people.
Her insults are too intellectual for most people, that's the problem.
And then I move 4 paces back.
Okay.
Just to be a bit further away.
Ending your turn, Tauri. You witness walking out from this cave system a broad-shouldered, almost head taller than the rest individual. Wearing spined armor. Not like the hooks of the one that you've currently got heat metalled on, but like it's a form-fitting armor compared to everyone else with additional spikes just studded into it. They are wearing a full faceplate helmet with 2 large horns affixed onto the top. In their hand is a bearded axe And then on their other hand is just a large kind of like a punching dagger kind of thing. As they just wander out. Very clearly someone in charge of this whole place.
Am I allowed to yell something?
Sure.
Cool. I yell in Draconic, because the majority of people here will at least have an idea. And I yell, "You guys need to fucking leave now."
Aderyn, your turn.
Should probably leave. So is Balrick's on the roof?
Right.
Be stupid to go back in the house then. Okay, she's going to run back. Ooh, what's this guy?
That guy's a spiky guy.
His armor is currently glowing a faint orange.
Okay, she's gonna run this way then. To here.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, she's gonna Sorcerer's Burst.
Okay, go for it.
So there you go. No. 16.
16 hits.
Okay. That is 7 plus 4. So 11 points of. I'm gonna do fire damage.
Just adds to the heat that is already on there. Just like you can see the flesh beginning to blacken and burn away as the stench of hair, as the hair catches fire, just looks around as you disappear around the corner.
Did you roll the X?
11.
Rolling the X on bags.
Does that end your turn, Aderyn?
Yeah.
It is now that guy's turn. As the prisoners start seeing Aderyn and Tauri run away, you can hear cries from them of just begging you not to leave, and begging you to come save them, and like cries of fear. Meanwhile, these lot, this guy sees you leaving, even in pain, begins to laugh, looks around as to who he can kind of get to after spending 15 feet of movement to stand up, and just steps towards you, Ximori.
Mm-hmm.
Still has advantage in all their attacks because you went reckless. Has disadvantage because of heat metal.
Straight rolls.
Straight rolls. Comes at you with their kind of raking claws. Natural 19 for a 25.
That hits.
10 points of slashing damage, halved to 5. And you are now grappled by him.
Ooh.
As he like rakes onto you and pulls you onto the hooked barbs on his armor, and you feel them sink into your flesh, and as you move you feel them begin to sink and tear into you.
All I can imagine running through Ximori's head right now is, I'm not trapped here with you, you're trapped here with me.
And a dirty 20 to hit you.
Also hits.
Same thing with the other arm. Deadly hook.
15 half to 7 slashing damage as the other one just comes in and just like gut, like straight like into the gut, and just begins rending up towards your sternum and pulling you closer in to get further hooked on the barbs. That ends his turn. Lesley.
Cool. So grappled reduces Ximori's movement speed to 0?
Correct. That's what grappled does. What it does to Ximori is a different matter.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's unfortunate.
What does it truly mean to Ximori?
Lesley will, even though Lesley won't admit it and his hearing may or may not be going, he probably did hear Tauri.
Probably.
Odds on?
Yeah, you would have heard
Yeah.
Tauri. Tauri was loud with it. Tauri can project their voice. She is a stage performer.
Yeah. We do need to get Ximori out of this. So which one is doing the grappling? Sorry, I didn't see that one.
The
Oh, no, they both-
one with
Boy.
Barb, the one that's a star.
Star. All right. Leslie's going to carefully go around to the other side and hack away. Is there
Go for it.
anything? Yeah. Which will be a 17 plus 8 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Can't do maths at this time of day, sorry. And that will be 12 damage.
Yep.
Yes. Second attack. Is there a way? Can Lesley, as part of his attack, instead of like trying to impose damage, like just really try and like damage like the part of this guy who's holding Ximori down?
I mean, that would be essentially you trying to break a grapple as one of your attacks. So it would be an athletics check to try and break it.
Let me just check if that's within the two. It's not really two weapon fighting at that point.
To be fair, I do have an ability that helps me break out of grapples on my turn, so don't worry too much.
Yeah, okay. How's this? How's this guy looking actually?
He's looking pretty beaten up. Between like the singed skin, the beginning to like melt off skin, the singed hair, the stab wounds.
So it could also be that the
full
best
damage.
way to get this guy
Yeah,
out.
if you
of
kill him, I
grapples-
can get out of here.
Alright, I reckon we can do that. So that's a dirty 20 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and literally the least 6 points damage. Okay, and then 22 to hit, and
Yep.
7 points of damage. He's still there.
Still up.
Action surge.
Yeah!
Go for
It's
it. Two
Lesley
more
the
attacks.
Tornado!
That is
Tornado spin!
yeah. Leslie's like angry. He's still got feelings about the knife, but like he's really taking them out on this guy and not Ximori. So it was again. I can't do 17 plus 8. Why can't I do 17 plus 8? 25 to hit,
Sure.
and that is 9 points of damage.
And final attack.
It was really upsetting to me. 18 to hit,
Does hit.
and that is another 9 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, thank fuck! Thank fuck! I think I enjoyed seeing Ximori like tear that guy's jaw off a little bit. So Leslie's gonna really try and sort of copy that, like an homage to his friend.
Could you
But he
let's
just gonna
copy
sort of
each
give
other?
him a like Chelsea smile situation.
Oh, it's just like the scimitar just goes in and then just like drags across the face, just full on Joker smile, and just the top of the head just begins to tilt backwards under the momentum, exposing the throat of this guy, and then just Ximori, you like work the barbs off you. Okay. That
And then
ends.
as his movement,
Yeah.
he is gonna move like away a bit. Like Ximori's got this and can possibly take an attack of opportunity. So Leslie's gonna sort of head over. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. I think you can't make it that far. I'm gonna head in this direction. You know?
Okay. Cool.
Nah, can't make it there.
That ends Leslie's turn. Ximori.
Right, I'm going to turn back to this one that's still here.
Mhm.
And just really fucking
Do it.
punch him as... Yeah. That 20.
I'll do
I
it.
went reckless again.
Okay.
Double dice. That is
Balrick, you're on deck with
plus
Arquen in a
some,
second.
23 points of damage.
3, still up.
Bastard. Yeah, fuck it, I need to get out of here. So I'm going to jump. Going an extra 12.
Oh, you're still taking
An extra 12 feet on top.
You're still
Yep.
taking attack of opportunity. Natural 1, carry on. Oh no, you went reckless. 17
That does hit.
for max damage. I've done a lot of max damage with these guys against you for 11 half to 5, but you do then get away.
Yeah. Leap to Aderyn.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action, second attack to grapple Aderyn.
Aderyn, are you willing?
You fight back when Ximori grapples you.
What does Ximori look like right now?
Does have
Like
claws?
Ximori, but with claws.
Okay, but not the rest of the...
Not the rest of the stuff, not like the dark eyes and the...
In that case, I will allow it.
And then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 with Aderyn.
It's your bonus action to jump,
Hold
isn't
with me. Yep.
As you're running away, Bass goes, "No! We can have them!"
Not now.
That ends Ximori's turn. It is now these guys'
That's
turn.
another 5 feet. I can go slightly further.
Mercy. This one is going to dash to get to Lesley. 30. That one can't, so we'll shoot a crossbow bolt at Lesley.
Everybody wants a piece of Lesley.
But will not hit you. They're terrible with these things. They are much better in melee.
You gotta shoot your shot, you know?
But that one has dash to get you, so in case you try to run away. Balrick.
Ooh. Leslie's got 2 after him. Are they both fresh as well?
Yes. These are the ones that came from the south of the camp.
They caught up.
Oh no, we really need to get away, don't we? I'm gonna have to try it again. I'm gonna try an ensnaring strike the defender guy, so he can't chase us. So the closest. So bonus. Oh, that takes away Derek's action actually.
The one that Derek
I
is
might
chewing
go
on
with
is badly wounded.
I might not do that. I'm just gonna shoot the guy who's attacking Lesley.
Go for it.
So 19 to hit. And a 20 to hit.
Both hit.
Yeah. 23 damage. Total. Both attacks.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell to Lesley, get out of there. As Derek continues to rag on this guy, and we'll do an attack. That's a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Derek. That's going to be 8 points of damage.
How does Derek kill him?
Derek rips, like after ragging it enough, plants his feet on the ground, rips off the arm, and the guy falls.
Yeah. And just like turns down.
And then, seeing that everyone else is moving away, and seeing me, I like nod to Derek. Derek's going to run back with a quick glance up at Arquen, but Arquen's like, "I'm fine," and Derek runs back towards the forest.
The cries of the prisoners begin to play into your ears as they see a symbol of hope begin to run away.
Yeah, with an arm. Derek does have the arm still in his mouth, obviously.
Sure.
For later. And then Arquen.
That guy has taken some damage, but is still looking fairly decent.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Does Arquen... Oh, tell you what Arquen does, because Arquen wants to protect people. Arquen's going to shove this guy in front of him away
Okay.
with one of his attacks. That's a
13.
that takes 22.
Yep.
So how far does it move? 5 or 10?
5 feet is a shove.
Cool. I think Arquen's going to try and save Leslie. The shield guy went after Lesley.
Yeah, dashed to get to Lesley because it saw Lesley trying to run away.
Arquen's going to move right next to Lesley and shove that guy as well.
Okay.
Noise.
That's it. 25.
Yeah, beat to 15.
25 shoves that guy away as well. And Arquen's going to grab Lesley and obviously can't mechanically move him, but he's going to like run with him.
Okay.
This is Arquen's audition to the Titan Walls.
Yeah. So that
Well, to be
guy's
fair,
now.
if you're grappling, you can still move half distance. It's just Ximori's ludicrous.
But Arquen used both his attacks at grapple.
Nah.
Cool. That ends Arquen's turn. It is that guy's turn. Roll me a perception check for Arquen.
Arquen's good at perception. 21.
21. Arquen, as he runs, sees an individual look out of this tent here, smile, and then head back.
Oh, that one there.
Here.
Yeah. Oh god, with a skull. Great.
Smile, and then walk back in, and Arquen hears a pained scream from inside.
Oh no.
And then it is these guys' turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There. 60. Those guys dash. And then attack against Arquen. Misses. Attack against Lesley. 17, Lesley.
On the money.
For 5 slashing damage. And that ends theirs turn. Tauri.
I have a choice. And I don't know if it'll be a great one.
This is not the session for good choices.
This is the session for desperate choices at this point.
It's for fun choices.
Okay. Why did you put yourself there?
You having to go at me or one of your party members?
I'm having a go at Emma.
God damn it.
I mean, what do you mean why did I put myself there?
Right. I think I can do it.
What are you trying to do?
I'm assuming I cannot currently see into here.
From your
Where I am.
position, no, there's too much going on.
If I moved to here, can I?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
It's a bit busy, but you can at least imagine enough the
5,
point.
10, 15. Right, so I'll use half of my movement to get to there.
Go for it.
There. And then I am going to create a hypnotic pattern that avoids Lesley.
but it gets the ones all in there.
I think, because this is a 30-foot cube, it should be able to get all of them, including this guy down here. Oh, it might not get this guy down here.
So 30-foot cube. I don't.
No, I think it just.
I think you can only get 3. The depth is enough. The width isn't enough
you
to
can
get them.
Turn the cube, right? Yeah.
Tell you what. Roll me a luck check, Bryn.
Right.
With the visibility's hard to pull this off, is all. So it's not a
No,
guarantee.
that's fair. 19.
19. Yep. Okay, you get 4 of them.
Okay. Hypnotic pattern.
Is that wisdom saves?
It is.
Okay, number 6. What's your DC? 15?
15 to beat.
Failure. Shield guy. Natural 1. Number 4. Natural 2. Number 7. Failure as well. They are all hypnotized.
And I yell at Lesley, that is your cue to leave.
You concentrating on that, yeah?
Yep. Which means heat metal drops.
But he's dead anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll use Hex.
Yes, I will be, don't worry.
Okay. Excellent turn.
And then I frickin' run.
Failed save, creature becomes charmed, while charmed, incapacitated, and speed of 0. Got it. Okay, that ends Tauri's turn. It is now the boss's turn. We'll dash 5. 30. Towards you. And you just hear a bellowing roar. Which you hear Ximori in Abyssal just echo out of, bring them back alive. That ends his turn. Aderyn.
You can see through that tent. Can't you?
Ish. It's not a clear view is the problem.
I mean, now I've got you here. I'll let the grapple go.
That guy, yeah, but not on your turn.
What can I
I'm okay
see?
with that. What can you see? You can see Tauri heading for the forest, Ximori with their claws out pulling you along, Derek heading for the forest. You can just about make out Arquen doing a fighting retreat, and through like the various snake bladders and all of that, you can see another one trying to fight Arquen. Balrick is on the roof, and I think you can see a few more coming around the corner. Oh, and one chasing you from behind.
Oh, there is the one from behind as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just.
I think I might. Sorcerer's Best, the one from behind.
Go for it.
Nat 20!
Oh,
Let's go.
crit on Sorcerer's Burst, 48. Would have already 8, or you wasn't just
Just
that?
using it.
Remember, you explode on 8. Sorcerer's Burst explodes on 8.
Yeah, and
On
we did
eight,
rule it last
roll
time,
again.
but you roll more dice, so there's more chance of the explodes.
You roll 48, any 8s, you re-roll them again. Do you want me to keep track of them?
Yeah. 8.
8, so that's 14 and 3 more dice.
Oh.
23, another one. Sure. Another one, 31, that's another 8. Another one, that's 39, roll another 8.
I don't waste it on this loser. Could have vaporized the boss.
How much damage?
40 exactly
Cantrip.
on a cantrip.
What type?
That was
Guy,
what-
once upon a
88.
time, had a torso. It doesn't
I think
anymore.
she critted her crit.
Yeah.
She got 4-8, she critted her crit. She got 8 dice out of a 2d8 cantrip. That's a fight. That's more than a fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What damage
What?
type?
Describe that. Aderyn, describe that. Jesus, that's... You just did 40 damage on it.
Yeah.
What happens?
Aderyn's gonna get like
While being carried by
Yeah, so-
Ximori.
once he carries her out, she gets like a moment of clarity, like her mind almost like pauses, and she actually takes in the situation and is like, oh, okay. And then she's gonna kind of like take all that like chaos that was swirling around in her mind, and she's gonna look behind to the one that was chasing and unleash it in a psychic wave.
You see the guy like completely stumble, tip over. As he gets up, like bleeding. There is a like scream as they tumble. You don't hear these guys scream that much, and as they get up, you can see blood leaking from the ears. The eyes are completely, every blood vessel in the eyes bursted through, and he just stares up with wild animalistic hate towards you.
And then she's gonna like almost mumble at the person, like probably can't hear her, but is gonna almost like I needed to get rid of that burden. Thank you.
That guy is dead. Lesley.
It's time to leave. It's time to go.
They're all like done, so you've done it. The
Yeah,
tent
they
as well.
They can't attack you.
You can
Excellent.
run through the tent. That tent here is not solid.
Great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, let's do that action dash. Oh, that's not.
Yeah, that's the Aderyn reverb.
It's what
Sorry.
Aderyn hears in her head.
And bonus action. One sec, let me just double check if it's
You-
bonus.
Did you dash?
Yeah.
Okay, you only moved 30.
Oh. I dashed a shit. Oh, actually, you know, I'm just gonna action. I'm gonna move to here for now, just
Yeah.
to make sure that I don't need my action for this. Oh my goodness, where are you? Blah blah blah. There's a bonus action. Oh yeah, okay, it's bonus action. So I'm gonna action dash and actually get away.
Okay.
To the line. Bonus action. I'm gonna redeploy Arquen.
Doesn't provoke
you
opportunity
want.
attacks, can move half speed. Excellent plan.
Yep.
Yeah, Arquen just like shoves the guy off and then just like back steps up, keeping shield up, making sure that all of you are behind him, and just like turning over his bronze sword.
But Lesley is gonna look really regretfully at the prisoners and like remember the hand that I guess he found in the mine.
Yeah, you can see a lot of them staring back in fear, with tears fully in their eyes at this point. A few others having like collapsed back down onto the earth, giving up.
Yeah.
Ximori.
He's not gonna give him false hope.
I'm going to bonus action leap. I've let Aderyn go.
Okay.
So that is 19 plus 16 is 35? 25.
35.
So I'm going to leap 35. So I'm going to leap 35 feet.
It's a wild subclass feature.
And move 5 feet. Batter that one. Go reckless again. That is 22. For 8 plus 6. 14 points of slashing damage.
Where the fuck? Oh, you went there. Okay, 14 points of slashing damage. Yeah, sure.
Just sort of launch myself over and as Arquen steps back, just clatter him. That's 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, that's better. That's 10. 16 points of slashing damage, max damage.
Still up, but barely.
Okay, I'm going to go around him. Pick up my glaive where Tauri left it.
Yeah.
Actually, before I do that, I still have one more attack with the claws. We'll do that. 18 on the dice. 8 plus 6, another 14.
One hit point.
I'll just reach around, grab my glaive,
Yeah.
sort of push him in the face, and take my remaining. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45.
Natural 20 on the attack of opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
16 halved to 8.
Ow.
Okay, that ends Ximori's turn. Stunned. I am right, Hypnotic Pattern, unless they take damage, they don't even get a save.
Nope, they're charmed for the duration.
Cool.
Or if someone uses an action to shake them out of the stupor.
Okay. No, these guys aren't that. They're just chasing you. One more comes around the corner to chase Aderyn. That ends all of those guys, which now means it is Balrick's turn.
Ximori's movement capabilities are insane. Did he move 45
Yeah.
to do that?
I need to check how jump mechanics work, because I got a feeling that they're...
That was
something.
like 100 feet
Because
of movement.
that you jump as far as your athletics check is as part of jumping, so I need to check what jumping falls underneath, but we'll worry about it later.
Alright, since that guy's on his last legs and I can see that very visibly, I'm going to finish that guy off that Ximori brutalized.
Yeah, go.
I assume Ximori thinks he killed him, and I'm just going to, like, you know, when you put them in, like, when they're in the ground and you just, like, make sure.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, you just, as he's like stumbling from Ximori's onslaught, you just double tap him.
I'll let Ximori believe that he killed him.
You're on mute, Andrew.
That they killed him.
Like, turn around, furious after he critted me, just to find that he's dead in the ground with an arrow sticking out of him.
And I'm going to yell to everyone, let's get out of here. I'm going to... There's 10 feet, so I'm going to risk it a bit, but I'm going to jump off the roof, not climb down, even though I have climb speed, because I don't want to use the 10 feet.
In your haste, you roll your ankle slightly and do take 6 points of damage.
That's the only damage I've taken so far. So,
Embarrassing.
but I'm going to run, I'm going to catch up to Aderyn, and I'm not going to grapple her and drag her, I'm just going to... Can I, like, shove her sideways?
Yeah.
As in, like, shove her up here?
Yeah.
Up here. Just like, yeah, there. I'm just, like, get going, like, on her back, pushing her out of the way.
Sure.
Knocked prone.
No, shove to push, I'm pushing her along. And I'm going to follow along afterwards, bow aimed at the guys behind us, and that's my turn. Derek is going to run into the forest. And then Arquen, I think, like you said, is not going to let other people get him. Like, he's not going to run away with other people behind him. He's going to take he's going to ready an action to dash move once Tauri's moved into the forest.
Okay.
Just to make sure he's going back, like you say, shield up, sword on top of shield. Like,
Yeah, I think he's also someone like clanging the shield to make sure any attention comes to him while the rest of you go running off into the forest. Yeah. Okay. That guy's happening there. There is a further shout of pain from that cave. This heavily wounded guy, 30, has to dash to get up to you, Balrick. They're actually going to dash to get next to Aderyn because of what Aderyn did.
We're going to get away, guys.
That's them all dashing. Tauri.
Time to dash. We all dash, they can't catch us.
A problem. It is.
You gonna run?
I'm working something out. I'm going to move to here, 10 foot. And Thunder Wave.
15-foot cube.
Yep, it should hit all of these four, if I've done it right.
Give me a ruler. So,
Why don't you just draw square?
because I'm not thinking, that's why.
That's
So from Tauri...
a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, because it would be
That's
technically out.
square.
Yeah. That's all three of them.
Move that around. You can't fit all four, but you could fit 3 of them.
Yeah.
What if I can't? I have to do it from a side. I can't do it from a corner, can I?
No, it has to be.
Yeah.
You have
Even
to
if you did it from a corner, there is no way to arrange this.
that guy,
I'll hit the 3 up here. Yeah.
failure. That guy does succeed. Middle guy succeeds. Bottom guy fails. Top and bottom fail. Middle succeeds.
Okay.
I have lost count of how many of these guys I have on the battlefield right now. I think this is 9.
So it is 3d8 because I'm upcasting it.
Okay.
The guy that passed. Can I spend a reaction?
If you wish, yeah.
Yeah. And take off 8.
Oh, then he'll fail. He barely succeeded.
For 21 points of thunder damage.
And they're all pushed 10 feet back.
10 feet back. Yeah, that's it.
Push 10 feet back. Tauri sends out this burst of energy. They all go tumbling back. They skid back on their heels. Dust kicks up. And they watch as Tauri heads into the forest. Arquen then dashing afterwards to cover Tauri. At this point, the leader comes into the center, looks around at everything, stares at you, Ximori, looks back at the prisoners, just stares at you, Ximori, and then just utters out in abyssal, "They'll be back. Wait for them." And then all of them just seem to like hunch down onto haunches, holding themselves back. Aderyn.
The only one that's not doing that is on you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one. But he's right up.
You're going to need to do something that isn't a ranged attack.
Yeah, I'm versatile.
I will say, he is fucked up.
He took like 20 points of damage to the face.
He took 40 to the face.
I'm uninjured at the moment, but I feel like we might have to long rest after this.
I mean, Tauri needs to. She's basically out of spell slots.
Also, it's getting dark, so half of you are not going to be able to see soon.
Can I? Okay. because it's a sphere around me. So can I move so that I'm like on this side
Yeah.
of the guy?
Is it a 5-foot sphere?
It's 10 foot.
I'll still be in it.
I'll move.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
You will get an attack opportunity. You can hit me. I'm uninjured except for a mildly rolled ankle.
No, you'll be angry at me.
I'm already
Already
angry.
angry at you.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Think of something else.
I suppose you've manifested shocking grasp yet, have you?
Does Dissonant Whispers have to be ranged?
No, it's safe.
No. It's just a
No.
save.
It's a save, then it's fine.
I'll do that then. I'm gonna Dissonant Whispers. Since this guy loves the psychicness of my brain.
Does succeed naturally.
He's come for more. He succeeds. Okay, well,
Is it
that
half
means he takes half damage. Yeah. 3d6. 3, 1, 3, 7. So he takes half of 7.
You feel the whispers hit his mind, and he just stares at you with bared fangs to go, I'm gonna make that quiet. But in Abyssal. Only Ximori is that. That is your turn, Aderyn, or do you want to run?
That ends my turn. So I don't want to get attack opportunity.
Lesley.
Yeah. Just
Keep running.
at the sidelines. Gonna see if I can help from here. Yeah, let's try and pull Aderyn a bit closer. One of the squishier people.
I mean, Aderyn's miles from you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use my tactical command.
Cool. Aderyn, you can move
Yeah, but-
15 feet. As Lesley tells you to start running.
And I guess Lesley is gonna hold an action to, like, if something comes close enough to be attacked, to attack.
Do you move or do you stay there?
He'll move a little. He'll move towards like Tauri and.
Okay.
No. Nope. Yeah.
Ximori.
Right, I am very frustrated. So I'm going to recklessly attack 12 with my glaive.
Sure.
That is a unnatural 20.
Hits.
That is 16. 23 overall.
Okay.
12 still up.
Seems relatively unfazed, hasn't been wounded until this point.
Oh, I thought that was the other one. Oh well. Yeah, then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hit the other one.
Mm-hmm.
That is 17.
Does hit.
Actually, I don't even need to get that close to him. I'll just go to there. 8 plus 6, 18. 25.
Just as you're sprinting past, you cut out the legs underneath him, like straight at hip height, and the guy just splits into the crack of bone as he collapses down.
And then I will continue. 30, 35, 40, 45.
Chris, controlling two characters, I'll leave this on you. As a group, are you running?
I reach to draw my sword at the guy that's next to me, and then don't need to. The legs are gone. And I'm like, oh, never mind. Don't need the rules clarification on that. But yeah, I think we retreat. I've got Bo ready in front of Aderyn, doing the similar thing to Arquen, who's also. I think we're not dashing away. We're retreating, facing them.
Okay.
Like.
As you go retreating into the woodlands. All of them rush up to the edge of the bushes where their warlord just starts issuing commands in Abyssal, telling them to hold. We have what we want. If they're foolish enough, they'll be back and we'll increase our quarry. As you all go disappearing into the night, the dusk light, a ominous, deep, burnt orange and red as you disappear, and night begins to set in. The cries of the townsfolk turn into quiet sobs, and the failure of your actions weighs heavy on you as you retreat to plan again. We will leave our story here and pick up the next chapter next time. Until then, see you later.